we maybe used to be way funnier.
I just do that with myself, too. It's a me thing, really. I hate seeing an old
You
funny
just want
clip.
bits back. You want bits back. And no one's stopping you from not running bits. Dan.
I should do
the
bits
way
again.
you could run. I'm assuming this hat is a bit.
It's a lot of prep.
This
I just have a fucking hair dyed blue underneath here.
Well, that would be a funny bit. But you also just look like you should be in the Sandlot. You look like the sickly boy they put in left field in the Sandlot right now. What is with the hat?
I got out of the shower and then people were talking to me. And then by the time they stopped talking to me, my hair had dried.
Gotcha.
And so my window of gel had closed.
You gel your hair?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I shouldn't even judge. I've started to like texturize my hair with like texture powder and all that. Still don't.
Texture powder.
Texture powder, baby.
Whoa.
It's like a little bottle of Coke. You just fucking sprinkle into your hair and then it makes your
two fists.
It makes your hair like hard and then you can like actually do things with it. But I still don't have enough hair to actually do anything with it. So I am stuck in a no man's land.
You look good.
I look fine.
It's looking textured.
That's fine. You know what I appreciate? Listen, I'm not going to say that like both of us are more attractive than when we started this podcast. We probably are. I appreciate that the beanie days are over.
I couldn't find it.
Oh, really? Gotcha. Because Beanie Baby Danny Motta,
Baby.
it makes you look like a 2013 like pop punk like vocalist who's maybe got like two young people on his what is the word I'm looking for?
Dick.
Tour bus. Oh, that as well.
I love the beanie look. Every now and then I'll see like a clip of me show up of me in the beanie, and I'm like, man, if society accepted that.
Dude, if you wore a beanie, you in a beanie looks like you should also have like a super oversized scarf and then like a too small guitar. Like bigger scarf than guitar, you know?
A ukulele, if you
exactly.
will.
Yeah. Well,
Listen, when I wear a beanie, you can smell me, is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if I'm wearing Old Spice, I look like Axe.
Yeah.
So that's tough.
It is tough.
You remember, did you ever used to get an Axe spray can and
do a flamethrower?
light kids on fire?
Joke's on you, friend. You can do it with literally any aerosol.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like literally, we would do bugs though. We would just like, you kids?
Yeah, we'd like chase people with it. I'm 25 and I wear a beanie. You know what my childhood
That's
was like.
so fair. You were just punching holes in drywall and flame throwing other children.
I was with a bad crowd.
Would it burn them?
No, like you do it like a little. Well, yeah, burns them a little. It's fire, but you know.
Listen, I can hardly judge. Like I was, so that's like classic suburb shenanigans.
Yeah,
that's like like we're gonna let's get the fucking Italian kid. Let's burn the hair off his chest.
This is a big distinction. Is you do it within your friend group.
Of course,
it's like a bad crowd being
you tell
a bad
a guy he's your friend, and then when he comes over, you light his fucking shit on fire.
That was me. People would be like chasing me with flamethrowers, and then I'd show up one day and be like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And be like, "Danny, what the fuck?"
Please, Danny. Okay, what's up, guys? Searching through your backpack. Yeah. No, just stay right there.
Yeah, you guys want to play Knifo?
Yeah. You guys want to play Liar's Fingers? Yeah. You only got to lose one. No, we would do Roman candles and the top of trash can lids, and we would have fucking wizard fights. Dude, and if you get hit by a Roman candle, burns right through your clothes.
That's
straight, huge hole, straight through your clothes. Mom was pissed.
Kind of awesome.
We can do it. I'll do it right now.
I'd do that.
I don't know if fireworks are legal in California.
That's like the coolest part about fireworks.
That they're illegal?
Yeah.
Where do you acquire illegal fireworks?
Mexico, my brother. Tijuana.
It's like 4 hours away. It's far-ish.
We'll get other illegal stuff.
Okay,
Josh really wants to get inhalers from Tijuana because they're way cheaper.
What do you, is he an asthma? Is he asthmatic? You said Josh is a fuckboy and he has asthma. What fuckboy has asthma?
He takes breaks, you know?
It's like, oh, sick. Give me a second.
Yeah,
One,
every thrust is every thrust is a pump. That's what they say about asthma.
That was sick.
Thanks.
You're on fire today.
Thanks,
that and Scooby Don'ts.
Yeah, Scooby Don'ts. What was it that I said before? Majin 2.
Majin 2's great.
You like that?
But anyways, I'm back. Hi, hello. I'm not in China anymore. I'm back here in the United States, and I'm incredibly jet lagged, but me and Danny are in the same room, and that makes me happy. And it's also why we're back on Patreon, because we have all of our technology here, and we know how to use it. We are askew, Dan. This the wide camera. Look at. I'll do it. Before we go any further, we're going to talk about the sponsor of today's podcast, MeUndies.
Woo! Let me tell you something about MeUndies.
Oh, yeah?
I like them soft.
Oh, and these ones are butter soft. Butter soft. Listen, I've had my balls cradled by many a things.
Yeah.
in this lifetime, but nothing's ever cradled them as comfortably, as correctly, and as softly as a pair of MeUndies underwear.
Let me tell you something, Nick.
Yeah.
The holidays. What do you want? What do you want on a good holiday?
I probably want some football on,
Uh-huh.
a little bit of ham, probably comfortable clothes.
Yep.
Because I'm not leaving the couch.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you bring that up, Dan?
Interesting, because what I want on a holiday is a nice, nice cold room with video games.
There we go.
I want a hot chocolate.
Okay.
And I want some cozy clothes. So where our Venn diagrams meet, and where I'd say everybody's Venn diagrams meet,
Ham.
the ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I hate ham.
I love ham.
We're so different, you
We're
and I.
diametrically opposed.
Yeah, you're dressed like ham right now.
Oh, you goddamn it! How dare you? How dare you ham? How dare you ham check me?
I'm ham shaming you.
Comfy clothes.
Yeah, we meet in the comfy clothes department. It's the holidays. It's winter. It's cold. Don't you just love a nice day off from school or work or whatever you do, and you're just in your coziest little attire? Guess what? Coziness doesn't stop or start on the outer layer.
Yeah.
You're not going to be cozy if you got a sheet of sandpaper rubbing against your nethers.
Just starting a fire down there, like corduroys with no underwear.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be cozy from, dare I say, the nuts outward.
So you guys out there, make sure you knock out all your holiday gifting needs today with MeUndies. To get exclusive holiday deals and saving all month long, go to MeUndies.com/Otakus or enter the promo code Otakus. That's MeUndies.com/Otakus. Code Otakus. MeUndies. Comfort from the outside in. I'll do it. Dan.
Sean Allen, the Scooby-Doo Zombie Island thing is coming soon. We can't seem to record a Scooby-Doo episode without running into a massive issue. So, for whatever reason, the SD card on the Rodecaster kept skipping Nick's audio.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to do the camera audio again. So it's gonna have weak audio, but we're gonna do
An extra reaction this month to
What?
make up for it.
What?
Should we not dump the clip with
those
the
are actual full-length movies,
Sure, you're
idiot.
right. Yeah, they're like 2 hours long. Never mind. You're right. No, I'm sorry. I take that back.
we're
Cut
gonna-
that. Stank,
we're-
bleep the whole thing.
The next one we do, which will be this month before Christmas.
Hex Girls.
Yeah, Hex Girls, and then maybe the Alien one. But
Jordan
we'll do
made me Hex Girls merch.
awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
We're gonna do 2 with good audio this time, finally, even though we've been doing this for 2 goddamn years.
Yep.
We're gonna do 2 in 1, so it'll be an extra double long video.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody, but it's really funny still. Please watch the Scooby-Doo Zombie Island one when
Yeah.
it comes out.
We had a bunch of fun.
Yeah, that's what's Stank was like, what if you just redo it? And I was like, it won't be as good.
It won't be,
we won't capture the
I'll know all the
magic.
bits. I'll
Yeah,
know exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah, so hopefully it's good.
I'll know all these crocodile-based bits, guys. Come on.
I think Stank, if it wasn't good, if it wasn't watchable, Stank would be like, you have to scrap this.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's camera audio. It's
Yeah.
probably fine-ish. And so I'm back from China. Dorothy isn't here. And so this is the happiest we're going to see Nick for a couple of weeks because Dorothy's probably going to be in China until Christmas. So I'd like to get it out of the way that for this holiday season, Nick's going to be grumpy. And I need all of you to be okay with that because I realized in the 2 weeks I was in China, I'm codependent on my loved one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, big time.
yeah, you very early in our relationship told me that when you're not with Dorothy, you're very mean.
I become a worse person objectively. Yes, yeah. Yeah, she is the singular light in my life.
Yeah.
And life is not worth living without her.
I got here and I was like, how you doing? Nick was like, not great, Dan. Not great.
Not great
Yeah,
at all. No,
sounds it, but-
falling asleep alone. I did make you lunch though to feel something. To just do an act of compassion for somebody else.
Yeah, that was nice.
Because I just been talking to these fucking dogs the last 3 days, and I'm crawling up the walls.
You're such a social creature. Nick was also, I texted him and I was like, hey, I'm getting in really late last night and I got some work to do in the morning, this and that. Can we do the podcast at 2?
Yep.
Nick was like, great, awesome. This morning, Nick texts me and you go, hey, woke up at 4 a.m.
Yep.
and 2 p.m. is way the hell far away. Can we do it earlier?
And it is currently 2:38 p.m. But yeah, no, I texted him at 9 a.m. and I was like, I've already completed my video for the day and worked out. Please, can we do it early?
Yeah.
I was fading in my chair. I was just it was like that feeling. It was like post-nut clarity. But the post-nut was the fact that I was done with work before 10 a.m. And I
Yeah.
was like, fuck, the sun is up for another 8 hours.
That sounds awesome. That's like my dream is it's 10 a.m. and I have both worked out and finished work.
It was kind of great, except for the fact that I knew in 4 more hours there was more work to be done. So I was like, cool, I have a 4-hour recess, and I just worked during it. You got it. Push through. Breathe.
Nick,
Yeah.
what am I doing for audio only listeners? What am I doing?
Drowning.
I'm swimming.
Okay.
A big wave. Ooh, I'm gonna hit the cowabunga. Whoa. Uh-oh.
You're the chicken from Surf's Up.
God, I wish. Chicken Joe?
Chicken Joe?
Shark! Oh no! This worked out so much better
He's a
than
paid
planned.
actor. So are you surf sharking, Danny?
I'm surf sharking.
You're surf sharking.
I'm surf sharking. He's on my balls.
So Danny, it feels as
He's
though,
in my MeUndies.
it feels as though you're not surf sharking because in that scenario you weren't protected.
I wasn't protected from thieves, scoundrels, those that do well ne'er. That ne'er do well.
The ne'er-do-wellers. Yes, of course. Because today, ladies and gentlemen, we want to talk to you about a sponsor of today's episode, Surfshark, the VPN. So Surfshark is running a special holiday deal this season that allows for you to get their access to the VPN for cheaper than ever.
Oh, thank goodness.
So Surfshark wants to inject that level of versatility into your life at their cheapest ever price.
And thank God, too, because every year I ask Santa Claus for one thing and one thing only.
What is it?
Protection. Safety from internet scoundrels.
Okay.
And that's a waste of my one wish.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this. Once you hit age 23, Santa takes your wishes down from like 7 to 1.
It's like the reverse of Shenron.
Yeah.
The Shenron, there's a Homer deal. It's like, hey, once you get a couple of wishes, then you get 3.
Yeah.
Santa's like, I got too much to deal with here.
Yeah, Santa's like 7 wishes in this economy.
Yeah.
Dude, for a grown man.
You've lost all your whimsy.
Yeah, he's like, buy things, kid.
Amazon's right there. You can. That's the real Santa Claus.
Yeah, Santa's pro Amazon.
Absolutely.
So that's just a waste of a wish. And so now, with my freed up wish, because Surfshark is so cheap this holiday season, I can finally get boobs from Santa.
Big old silicone hangers.
That's the only thing I could think.
That's the only thing. And that's the front of the brain, ladies and gentlemen. So Surfshark's holiday special starts in December and runs for 4 additional months, which allows you to have Surfshark for $1.99 a month. Yes, that's right. You can have complete protection and the ability to bounce around to all these different countries and get access to whatever you need in either Brazil, Japan, Hong Kong, Singapore for $1.99 a month. Now that is a Christmas steal. So go ahead and head to surfshark.com/OtakusAnonymous for 4 extra months of Surfshark at an unbeatable price. But after this, Dan, after this, I'm going to sit downstairs. I'm going to open up my little laptop. I'm going to plug in my little earphones. I'm going to say, Wagyu, Neutron, I love you. And then I'm going to play Marvel Rivals for fucking 10 straight goddamn hours.
Nice. Tell everyone who you play.
I'm going to give everyone 3 seconds to guess who I play. Danny was like, oh, I don't know. Who are the hot women? Who are the hot women? It was like, Danny, I don't play the hot women. I play Scarlet Witch. Objectively, one of the hottest women from the MCU.
Yeah.
But the least gooner bait in the entirety of Marvel Rivals, apparently.
Marvel Rivals is shockingly goonerless.
Have you not seen Psylocke's second skin?
No.
Oh, buddy. As a professional gooner, I realized recently, Dan, I have
You taught me a term today.
gooner?
No, a different term. Remember?
Gelking?
No, about
Edge maxing? Girth maxing?
Nope.
Length maxing?
I don't know what any of these are. How do you max it?
What about, munting?
I don't know what this is.
What did I teach you?
I keep trying to tell you.
Okay.
We were talking about Junker Queen.
Oh, Fuda. I taught you the word Fuda.
You're talking about Fuda was.
I've been looking for Marvel Rivals porn. I can't find any, dog. These animators are putting in work right now.
Disgusting weirdo. Psylocke's second skin.
Oh, you'll find it. Yeah, Danny thought Fuda porn was foot-based porn, and I had
Sounds like foot.
I had to tell him it's the holy grail of chicks with dicks. Fucking good as it gets, baby. Good as it gets.
Psylocke's so cool looking.
Psylocke is sick looking.
Yeah.
It's really the only gooner bait in the entire game is Psylocke and then Squirrel Girl, who are 2 opposite sides of the spectrum. And Squirrel Girl's not even like really gooner bait. It's just everyone was like, I love a big girl. Like I love a girl with some meat on her bones. And that is she is just Minnesota, the fucking like Minnesota cow maiden built. Yeah. She's right up your alley. I'm sorry. I just figured you were going to dive in on the squirrel girl love.
You moved your face as if you were about to continue, so I didn't say anything.
We're not used to being in the same room.
Yeah, no, we were in a stalemate. Yeah, I played the Marvel Rivals betas, like a couple of them. Loved it, super into it.
It's just like a complete game. Like it's just good.
Yeah, it sucked because everyone was like commenting on my videos being like, you're just saying you like it because you're being paid to. And I'm like, no, they paid me to say I like it because I like it. So originally
sponsored by Marvel Rivals?
Yeah, but like
son of a bitch.
After I made a bunch of like
gotcha.
Organic, this game rules. Yeah. Like very recently, like 2 weeks ago, I made like a Marvel Rivals ad.
Gotcha.
But like, yeah, it's just fucking awesome. And what's sick too is that, and they're not paying me anymore. I could say it sucks if I wanted to. But like,
I think that's how it works. They don't have like a non-disparagement clause. You didn't read the contract. Who gives a shit?
No one reads the contract. So that was the controversy. And it was awful PR for them because the game is good. So they didn't need this. But when the beta was happening, they were like, we won't give out beta keys to streamers who like say bad things about it. And like stuff like that. Like it was like, we won't give out like future beta keys or whatever. And so it was a non-disparaging, which is whack and fucked.
Wild. But also a very Disney thing to do.
It's like, I think it's more the like Chinese side, probably. Because it's like a game made by Tencent.
Is it?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
But like, I mean, it could be Disney for sure, but it like wouldn't shock me if like Tencent was like all about that shit.
Probably, yeah.
But like, yeah, the game's just fun. That was an awful PR that like didn't need to happen because like people would have been positive regardless.
Yeah.
Again, I was like never part of that. I don't give a shit if they give me a beta key or not. Like I'll play it when
I'll play the game when it comes out. Yeah.
But like, what's sick about Marvel Rivals that a lot of other games get wrong is the game will like put out a beta and it's pretty much the full game already.
Yeah.
But you're just like playing it a little early. This, like, in the beta, there were like 15 characters. Game launches with 33 characters, all free to play.
And like 12 and they're like leaking 12, like 12 more have been leaked, and it's like fucking the Vampire Hunter one, like all of the incredible Blade, that's the one. Yeah, the guy named after the thing he uses.
Yeah.
And then the fucking whole Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom, like
It's like, it's just so fun. It's so free, which is crazy. Like 33 characters at launch is wild.
And like you don't have to grind for any of them. Like you just like that's how Overwatch works, though, I think.
When 2 launched, well, so 1 launched with like way less than 30 characters.
Yeah,
of
course.
Like 15 or whatever. But when 2 launched, they were like every new character you'd have to get in the battle pass. And then they like stopped that shit because people were like, that's
stupid as hell.
Dumb. Yeah. But it's
just gonna be the death of Overwatch, you think, right?
I really do.
I think this is like just like how Apex died a couple of years ago when like better BRs came out. Like this is gonna be the door closed on Overwatch.
Yeah, because even the Overwatch like fandom doesn't like Overwatch.
Yeah,
this has
like, you know, they're like the movies. Yeah, they're more like TV. They're more like short stories. You know,
what are you talking about?
You know,
the trailers,
the animated features.
Yeah, the little trailers.
No,
they're like 8 minutes long.
The animated features.
What are you baiting me into?
Just like they're like 12 to 16.
The porn.
I
see.
Yeah.
God, you're such a minefield.
I'm sorry.
But no, like even like the Overwatch community outside of the porn community, which is a thriving.
Oh, it's doing numbers. Do you think they get paid?
I don't know.
There's really no way that like
look,
Overwatch...
I'm yes-anding you. I don't know nearly as much about Overwatch porn as you do.
You don't have. That's fair. That's fair. That's my expertise, baby. That's my fucking bag.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Do you think, like, I think we've had this conversation on this podcast before here, but do you think like hentai animators get paid? Probably not, right?
I have no idea.
Do you think like hanime.tv, which I've heard is a website that my friends use sometimes?
I've never heard of that.
How do hentai artists get paid?
Oh God, my mom just texted me.
Especially, oh no, Karen, turn it off.
What is this? She goes, I'm on, love you.
Oh no.
Well, here's a hard right in this conversation.
Yeah, back to video games.
Yeah, no, I don't know how they get paid. I don't know how a regular artist gets paid. No one wants to pay for art.
Do you think videos on Pornhub are monetized?
There's ads. I've heard.
But the ads are just for Pornhub. Or for Brazzers. What's Brazzers' advertising budget? That's what I want to know.
Nick, I don't have these answers.
I'm trying to get behind
I didn't have these answers before my mom hopped on the live. I don't have the answers now.
Fair. Keep it moving.
Mother Fluffin. No, she knows what this podcast is like.
She's been here for it.
Yeah, I think it's dead. I think Overwatch will like definitely die because Marvel Rivals is like a legitimately good game. It has the Marvel IP attached to it, so like people will buy skins out the wazoo.
Yeah,
like you kidding me?
And also
like,
the skins, kind of dope.
They're really cool.
Really cool.
Yeah. The designs just in general are great. Like the Punisher, everything's like kind of an anime-esque
The Punisher
aesthetic.
is built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah, he looks like fucking Rictus from Arcane.
He looks like fucking he could rip Marcus Phoenix in half. Like that, like, his arms are this fucking big.
It's like anytime they announce a new character, they look way cooler than I've ever seen them. Like Moon Knight looks awesome.
Really
I'm
good,
so hyped to see him.
They already dropped like the Gentleman Moon Knight, like the one in the suit.
Mr. Knight.
Mr. Knight. Yeah, they drop like, and then like they already have like a Miles Morales skin. They have like a Spider-Man with a paper bag over his skin. Like there's so much potential for IP crossover that people are already gonna adore. And it's coming at a really good time for Marvel too, ironically, because like Marvel is in the fucking trash heap.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, everyone's like, oh, the MCU is absolutely garbage. And I feel like this is reinvigorated good faith into Marvel, which is crazy.
It's weird that this is doing to Marvel what Edge Runners did to Cyberpunk.
It's kind of like reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I bet you Marvel Rivals spikes like Marvel streams. Like people go back and watch like Age of Ultron or some shit.
Dude, I bet. I mean, just like Arcane did that with me too. Like it so works where you see like, you know, Vi like punch that. You see Vi go to the hospital immediately. By the way, let's reenact that famous scene, Nick. Let's reenact that.
That was corner on corner, dude. Ouch.
Wow, my elbow is now... I don't know where elbow and desk meet. I just elbowed Nick's desk so hard.
There's a man who wants to fight me in fucking 7 months, mind you. Yeah.
Owie. But like where you see Vi punch that grenade.
Yeah.
And fucking like you see a character do something really cool. It legitimately, even though the game is nothing like the show, I'm like, dude, Echo just pulled out a crazy move. I want to go play Echo, like in solidarity of my boy.
I saw a meme and it was like the Arcane animators when they realized they're causing millions of people to download League, and it was like, I'm sorry, little one. It was like, he's like, oh god, we're like, they're literally spreading misery.
Yeah, but it's like legitimately like, if I were a little younger and less tapped into media, like if I didn't know as well as I do now, playing Marvel Rivals and seeing how cool Moon Knight is would legitimately get me to go check out the Moon Knight show.
Yeah, and like his playstyle is so much fun. Yeah. He's so much fun. It's literally just random bullshit, the meme. Like you just throw an onk down and throw as many fucking crescent-shaped shurikens as you can at it. Oh, the game is so fun. I play Scarlet Witch because I'm brain dead and I like to just hold the kill button. But I also play Loki. Who do you play?
I've been at Brando SandoCon the whole weekend that this game launched. I know, in the play. Well, that's what I was saying. I only played the beta. I really like Doctor Strange. Yeah. He was very cool. And then I liked Punisher. Yeah. Just because you just fucking...
He's just Soldier 76 with a shotgun.
You just hunker down. You just shoot him. You see a fucking Spider-Man whizzing by you. You just take out an assault rifle and kill him.
Get the fuck out of my airspace.
Yeah.
I do. My favorite... There's so many good memes coming out of it as well. Like, just like Hulk thunder cunting Wolverine at Iron Man out of the sky. Like, so much fun shit. It's been really good. Jeff the Land Shark, what a like that's just like the fucking like remember when Star Wars was like, oh look, porgs. Remember when they were trying to make porgs happen? That's what Land Shark has done for Marvel.
Yeah. Well, like what's great about this game too, that was great about old Marvel games, is that they're doing those deep cuts, like Jeff, Cloak and Dagger, Psylocke to an extent, like all these characters. that a lot of people, there's like ice girl. I just remembered she's in it.
Luna Snow.
Luna Snow. Who the fuck is that? And I remember when she came out.
I was never a Marvel kid growing up.
I remember when she came out, like, all the comments were like, who the fuck is Luna Snow? Like, why add this girl no one's heard of?
Everyone plays her.
That's the point. Yeah. Like, the point is that a kid jumps on this game, they see a character they've never heard of, Cloak and Dagger, they look cool, they play them, they get really into their play style, now they want to go find their comics.
Yeah.
I'm so much more excited about an obscure character I've never heard of before than I am like a character in all the movies.
Yeah. I feel like that's where a lot of people are skewing. It's like a lot of people aren't playing like the Caps. I guess Cap's not that good, but like it's definitely like it is very interesting for like to see all these characters that are beloved are now getting second waves of attention because people like playing them in a video game.
Also, if you give me a video game with like Venom and multiple wizards, you'll be fucking damned if you catch me playing Cap.
But here you are saying that you wanted to play the Punisher, the literal, like the fucking Call of Duty simulator.
He's cooler than Captain America.
I guess. I get like from like an
he kills people.
From an interest perspective.
Yeah.
I feel like Cap's. I mean, he's fucking whipping that shield around.
Cap's like Batman, where he's like, I'm not gonna try to kill you. If you die, that's your fault.
I'm telling you right now, I take a vibranium shield to the skull. I'm not getting up. Listen, even if I am still alive, I'm finishing the job for you.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking getting up from that. Can I do a little, since we're talking about Marvel, can I do a little DC corner before we get into the anime here?
Oh yeah, because you started watching Cobra Commando.
That's it, baby. You nailed it.
Yeah.
Creature Commandos.
Creature Commandos.
It is really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's also really fucking horny.
That's what you were saying. Please elaborate.
There's 3 full sex scenes in the first 2 episodes.
Wow.
There is, in the first episode, it's like weirdly horny for Rick Flag as a character. And mind you, this is like the oldest Rick Flag's ever been. Rick Flag's like 55, late 50s. And it's just like, they're protecting this princess and she's just like, I'm gonna suck the meat out of that thing. And like episode 1, the princess, fully naked, nipples, everything.
Wow.
Fucking just tits everywhere, crawling up on Rick Flag, and you're like, let's go. Let's go. Dude, fucking like we're doing age gaps? Hell yeah, dog. And so it's like, she's like 25.
You want to walk back that statement?
She's like 25.
We're doing age gaps. Let's go.
Listen, we're doing Leonardo DiCaprio corner over here. And so it's like, there's that full sex scene. Then Rick Flag and her fuck in the next episode, and it's just him just slamming her up against shit while everyone's listening. Wow. And then in that same episode, Frankenstein's Bride, you see her getting railed out by Dr. Frankenstein. You just see her zombie nipples.
Whoa. Her zom tits.
And first off, that being like 2 sex scenes in 1 episode, crazy work. Second off, remember how we were watching Zom 100 and we were like, zombie tits? Did it for me again, unfortunately. So I know there's an unfortunate track record being built out here. And
something
I think
about
it's something about it, man. So it's really fun. The fucking
maybe you're just a necrophiliac.
Listen, I was like, are we building towards this? And then I was like, I don't think that we should, unfortunately. So they built out, they're starting to build out the bride's backstory, and she's like Frankenstein's bride kind of thing.
Hey, quick question. Why is Frankenstein's bride in this show?
Because it's all about, so basically, like in the DCU, or in the DC animated universe right now, one of the more recent shows was Suicide Squad show, right? Not the fucking isekai one. But because of the illegitimacy of the Suicide Squad and them fucking up, basically the US penitentiary system is like, hey, you can no longer use incarcerated human beings to do all of this undercover covert work.
Right.
And so Amanda Waller's like, well, these aren't humans. And she got a fish person, a corpse, a skeleton, and weasel. And now they're running around doing it's Suicide Squad, but with non-humans.
Right.
And it's by James Gunn. It's written and directed by James Gunn, and it is very fun.
Interesting.
If you have any modicum of interest in the DC universe, or if you're just looking for, did you ever watch the Harley Quinn show?
Yeah, it's really funny.
Very similar humor, very similar pacing, very similar animation. If you like the Harley Quinn show, you'll like this show a lot.
Yeah, I like the Harley Quinn show.
So do I.
Quite a deal.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. Did you watch the whole thing?
There's only 2 episodes.
Oh, cool. I'll check it out. Yeah.
It's great. It's on HBO Max.
Maybe we'll keep up with that then.
I would love to. Yeah. I'm also doing Beastars.
Yeah, you are.
I'm doing Beastars, ladies and gentlemen.
I wanted to ask, how are we doing Beastars? Because I think all of season 3 just dropped. and I'd love to space it out for the sake of my reaction.
I'd love to do one episode a week.
Okay, cool. Let's do that.
Okay, cool. I need to be I will be caught up with Beastars by next week.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, Beastars season 3 maybe just dropped in its entirety according to Dan.
Let me check it out.
I was about to check, but yeah, you do that while I talk. So Beastars season 3 maybe just dropped in its entirety. And I remembered a couple of months ago, Danny was like, I lost in homework, and Danny gave me Beastars. I got to episode 8, and I was like, Danny, I'm dropping Beastars. I can't do it anymore. I heard Beastars season 3 was coming out, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it another chance. So I have now watched, I think I'm in the second episode of season 2. And Danny, I was wrong.
Yeah?
Beastars is kind of fun.
It's so good.
It's kind of fun. I'm going to give you kind of fun.
Yeah, you're going to give me only kind of fun?
Kind of fun is all you're getting from me because I have opinions.
Okay.
All right, I have fucking opinion. Okay, so one, I did not see Legoshi versus 36 lions closing out this season. The panda with a crossbow. One, they introduced guns in like the 9th episode, and I'm just like, I get that guns would exist in this world that is just Earth with animals.
Yeah.
Like, they build skyscrapers. Of course, they have guns. But when they pulled out the guns, I was like genuinely baffled when I saw a lion holding a pistol. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. You weigh 700 pounds. Use your teeth.
Dude, it goes so crazy. It goes so off the rails into a weird John Wick type thing. The panda's got, bamboo crossbow.
And he's just one-shotting lions. Just fucking walking through lions.
Do you like the bit where they're in the black market and there's like a homeless dude and he's like, I'll give you a finger for $8. Yep. And it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's getting fucking dark over here.
Yeah.
And so, apparently a panda and one wolf are all you need. But mind you, and listen, one of my least favorite things about the show is how, like, all of the animals are roughly the same shape, like, or size. A wolf is, like, half the size of a lion. Like, a lion weighs, like, 400 pounds. A wolf maxes out at, like, 190.
It's weird because it's inconsistent where like sometimes you have squirrels that are squirrel sized running around.
Rabbits are rabbit size.
Yeah. And then
like a bald eagle is like 7 foot fucking tall.
Yeah, you have a giant bird man and a like giraffe who's just the size of like a 5'6" regular person.
Yeah. It's aggravating. It's aggravating as all hell. But listen, it's fun. Yeah. I liked that Louis was like, I like Louis' backstory that he was like in the like the trade, like the black market meat, like, and he's like number 4.
Yeah.
And then like he gets like bought by this other deer who's like, I like your spunk kid, essentially. I'm excited to see more of Louis' backstory. Right now, as it currently stands, I'm like episode 2 of season 2. He like came
You're
back.
on like episode 14 of season 2, I thought.
I'm on episode 14 total.
Oh.
Yeah, Netflix counts them continuously.
Oh,
it's annoying.
Gross.
Yeah, it's called like season 2, episode 14.
Yeah,
Fucking
weird.
Stupid. So Louis just came back after like a 2-month absence. And there was the end of the season 1 where like the lion boss is about to shoot Legoshi in the back, and Louis just pulls up with a fucking blickety and just fucking blows the back of the lion's skull out of his head. And I was like, oh my God, what is the twist here? I was like, I cannot believe Beastars, a story about acting as animals, has turned into a crime thriller.
Yeah, it really turns into Yakuza, like truly out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I think it gets worse. Like, I like the high school shit more, honestly. I like the high school stuff. I like the, like, mystery of, like, who ate Shep or whatever his name was. And then, whenever it gets into the, like, mafia stuff, I fall off a little bit.
It wasn't that compelling, one, because it was just so incredibly unbelievable. Like, I just like didn't understand the circumstance in which a panda and a lion, or a panda and a wolf, they were like, oh, the government won't even touch the shishigami. Like they're saying shishigami, and everybody at school's like, don't say those words.
Yeah.
It was like saying fucking what's the one with no nose from Harry Potter.
Oh, Voldemort?
It was like you couldn't say Voldemort's fucking name.
What's the one with no nose?
I don't know. I was reading better books.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, don't say Voldemort, the one with no name or whatever. It's like, fucking don't say his name. That's how they were treating Shishigami. Like, Legoshi, he's like a pacifist.
Yeah.
He rolls in there, pushes a couple of them. He's not killing anybody. He's literally just taking lions and kind of being like, lay down. And they're just like, and then he comes to after fucking getting knocked out in combat, and you see all the lions are tied together. And it's like, who did this? The one panda who was like, hey, is apparently stronger than every governmental body in America. Like, fuck.
Dude, that's so a stupid. Hard panda.
I guess. Who has no eyes?
Yeah, he has no eyes. He's a panda.
Pandas have eyes.
Nick, please.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But anyways, I think I agree. Like, I think the high school shit way more compelling. My opinion, though, I'm not a big Haru guy. I'm not a big Haru guy. Am I supposed to be?
Dude, I gotta rewatch either my reactions or like the show itself before I go into season 3. Because I remember getting a lot of heat for being a Haru hater and a Juno sympathizer.
Juno, but yes.
I said Juno.
You said judo, as in like the martial arts.
I just did
I
it.
feel like you gave me judo, and I was like, that's not even close.
Chat, if you've seen part 2 coming in January, season 3 of Beastars is cut into 2 parts. Part 1 is out, part 2 in January.
I can live with that.
Chat, give us a rundown on
Give us a rundown on my reactions, please.
Hey, yeah, how do I feel about Juno and Haru?
You're like Oda writing One Piece, referencing the wiki. You're like, I don't remember how to. What controversial opinion am I spewing here?
I'm like some TikTokers who are
Yeah.
yeah, how's everybody feel about this show before I review it?
Yeah. Give me fucking the general opinion that I'm gonna be spewing here.
Juno sucks.
Juno does not suck.
I think she doesn't suck.
Juno doesn't suck. She doesn't like she.
I'll also tell you, season 2, everyone's trying to fuck Legoshi. And when I mean everyone, I'm talking Juno, Haru, Louis, some sheep guy. You're gonna get to like a ram dude, and he really wants
Louis wants to fuck Legoshi?
Everyone's trying to fuck Legoshi.
Why?
Have you seen him?
Yes, I have. He's an incel.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the other thing. I love Legoshi is so. Yeah, just an incel.
Dude, there's a
moment.
like,
we can't be together because I can't protect you. Hey, like, just talk to her about movies. You know, just hang out with her.
There was the most fedora tipping ass moment in fucking season 1 where they're going to the love hotel and like Haru's like, well, we'll stay here. And he's like, well, and then he straightens his back. He's like, I'm in man mode. And I don't know if I could control myself if I sleep next to you. And Haru, just being the ravenous little bunny that she is like, nothing that could happen could be a mistake. Yeah. And it's like, it's such a, like, if people are going to call Kirito an edgelord, I withhold my right to call fucking Legoshi an edgelord because he kind of is.
He 100% is. Like, that's so fair. Yeah, I remember that scene is very like, it's weird because he's like, yeah, one, he's like, I'm in man mode. I can't control myself. But that's also just kind of an incel disguise for being like, I'm not ready to have sex. Can we not? And then she's like really trying to force it on him.
Mm-hmm. If you inserted like a fuck, I'm trying to think of there's a guy on TikTok who does a really good job. He's like, imagine being me. I'm like literally the only person I know without a girlfriend. Like, somebody who's really socially awkward, so they laugh at everything they say, like really uncomfortably loud at the end. If you did that, or like literally just put a fedora on Legoshi, you would see it to a T. Everything he says is just like the diary of an incel. And like, I do like him as a character. I think he's compelling, but he's so overdramatic.
It's the only instance of women writing men that I've seen, because it's all written by a woman, and I do love Beastars unabashedly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is like anytime he's like, my feral man instincts couldn't contain themselves. I was like, hey, like, is this girl seeing therapy? Like,
please.
Like, who hurt this girl that she thinks all men think this way?
Or just like either gonna like, and then they're doing this whole.
This woman's like choosing the bear 100% out of the time.
Absolutely, she's like Legoshi's like, there's, I don't know if I'm gonna eat you, or it's like Haru's like in Legoshi's arm, has just gone through this like ridiculously traumatizing event, and she's like, get on with it, either eat me or fuck me. And I was like, okay, maybe we lean more towards one of these, like, please. Oh, God. Listen, I'm enjoying it. It's fun. I'm happy I'm giving it another shot here, but it is objectively very fucking silly. Like, it's like I don't want anybody to get in the comments and be like, this is a highly serious anime. It's very silly.
Yeah, it's definitely silly, but it's also, I think it's smarter than like, not smarter than people think. I think people watch it. I don't know anyone who's watched the whole thing and is like, you know what, I gave it its piece. Not good.
Yeah.
You know, it's usually like, I dropped off after the animals fucking. That's fair.
Yeah.
Anyone who's like, I'll stick around ends up loving it. And I think it's because like the predator-prey commentary is genuinely well done in the way that like Zootopia's is. But it's like,
I guess, yeah. But what's the real life like connection? What is the predator-prey allegory. Is that what I'm
Yeah,
looking for here?
allegory. Yeah. It's like I remembered it. I gotta rewatch it. Maybe I'll do that this week because I had like such a dissertation on like how it was such a good feminist like allegory where Haru. Well, I'll use Louis more because I don't want to start making shit up with Haru because I don't remember it fully. But I like Louis's whole arc of like he has to work harder because he's prey. And everyone's like, oh, like the character you're playing in the play has never been a prey before. And,
Gotcha.
and he's like, he feels the weight of every other prey animal on his back.
Be like an allegory for race?
Well, that's what's interesting is that they use it as like both, where it's like prey, like in Haru's case is a feminist thing, and in Louis' case is like a race thing. And it's like, I like that Louis like, I have to uplift all prey with my actions.
Yeah.
And you get other prey who are like, hey, like, no, you don't. Like, that's almost like self-inflicting racism on its own to be like, I'm the special one. Only I can like
uphold my entire, I guess, what would be species. Yeah.
And then he like, he does the Shishigami stuff, and that's very interesting. You had some interesting like opinions on the prey predator system.
Boy, oh boy, do I wish we hadn't just established it as a race allegory, because under the context of the fact that a couple of months ago, me and Danny were talking about MHA, and he was like, if heteromorphs exist, I would spit on them.
Don't drag me down.
You're coming right with me.
Don't drag me.
Listen. As a pro-Juno enthusiast, all right, everyone's like, oh, I love Haru. And while I will establish the fact that I now have more of a liking for Haru after learning that, like, she was like, oh, like, my entire life, everyone looked down on me. Everyone was afraid that I was a small, fragile thing because I'm a dwarf rabbit. And then I, like, for the first time in my life when I wasn't experiencing pity was through the medium of like giving my body to men. Basically, she was like, I'm seeking validation through the attention of men because the validation I get from that isn't necessarily pity, it's more sex.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt or anything, but I love that commentary as well because I love how everyone sees the show and it's like, oh, it's horny Zootopia, but I like that like Haru being sexualized is like an integral part of the plot in a way that it's like a commentary on like, people who feel the need to over-sexualize themselves and how they're like, oh, I only get validation like this. Yeah. And so I think it's a very mature and like nuanced theme. So anyway, go on. Sorry.
So what I was saying is that's all great. That's all so good. What good commentary. Maybe I'm not. I don't think I'm down for interspecies breeding. I don't listen.
Oh, aren't you?
I'm gonna come out and say it. It's listen. Maybe like a horse and a deer. Maybe anything like a tiger and a lion. Right? Things that could make babies together. How is a wolf gonna fuck a rabbit? How is a deer gonna fuck a rabbit?
Wow, that's so like, Boston Catholic of you.
And listen, I think everybody should be able to be married, but listen, it's just like biologically, why are birds fucking squirrels? Like it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. I'm sorry, and it's so.
Well, so you're saying that if two people can't make a baby, they shouldn't be able to find love and have sex with each other.
Did I think of that exact thing when I was like, I'm going to make this point. And no, Danny, that's not how I think of it. If one of those people was 36 ounces and the other was 150 pounds and they couldn't make a baby, then we'd have a conversation point.
So you're saying that you don't think heavier people should be able to. You don't think heavier people should be able to find love with skinnier people?
If my penis could fucking rip the woman I was with asunder, I think we would have an issue.
Okay, hold on. I like a challenge.
Yeah. Okay. Good. You'll find it.
Got me in a bind.
Yeah, Dan, I'm aware. Or if I was like, fair. Or if while I was like just making love to my sweet wife, I was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking rip her throat out with my teeth. Also a problem. A problem.
So that's what's interesting. I've seen a TikToker talk about this in terms of Attack on Titan as well, where like anytime X-Men, Attack on Titan, Beastars, whenever you do an allegory for race, homophobia, like anti-Semitism, it gets tough and almost falls apart entirely
Yeah.
when the race you're using to symbolize like minorities are incredibly objectively dangerous.
Yeah, or like incredibly objectively different.
Yeah, like where it's like, you know, in actual like society, it's like, oh, people are racist simply because of like how they look and like their past experiences. Whereas with like X-Men, it's a little more understanding that the guy's like, hey, Billy can shoot lasers from his eyes. Can he be in a different classroom for my son who can't?
By the way, and if his sunglasses fall off, he's gonna cut the kid in front of him in half.
Yeah, it's like not as clear cut as like, oh, they're just racist against mutants. They're just racist against predators. It's like, hey, Legoshi's constantly monologuing about how he doesn't know if he wants to literally fucking eat a student.
Yeah, like Haru's like, are you gonna eat me or fuck me? And he's like, I'm still not sure.
No, I think I was also pro-segregation, like, when watching the show, because that's kind of the right... It's just not worth the risk.
No!
When it's actually happening. Like, when they're murdering people uncontrollably.
There's also multiple times when, like, squirrels almost get stepped on in the school by, like, tigers, and they have little tiny doors. It's like, make a smaller school for them.
Yeah, send them to squirrel school.
Please, send them to squirrel. It's just for the safety of everybody.
The second Tem died... The whole school should have been shut down. Like, segregate. Martial law should have kicked in. Like, we tried.
Yeah.
We tried it. It didn't work.
They didn't like tofu as much as we thought they would.
Yeah.
I don't know where we went wrong.
They ate a kid. What do you want from us? They fucking ate a kid.
We think sex offenders and children could go to school together.
Yeah.
Didn't work. All right, back it up. First time we tried. Oh, fuck.
Dude, if like... it's just...
And then there's Juno. And then there's Juno. Yeah. Who everyone's like, oh, Juno, that bitch. How? Why? Why is Juno a bitch? I implore somebody to explain to me in ways that make sense outside of the fact that she's just putting herself out there that Juno is a bitch. Chat, you know what? We're gonna pause. We're gonna pause me and Danny talking here for a second. Please tell me how Juno from Beastars is ever in the wrong. Like, she calls out Legoshi during the fucking Dance of the Meteor because she's like, oh, I want to thank this guy right here for being a hero while trying to propagate the idea that fucking carnivores can help herbivores and that there's carnivores out there that want to assist herbivores and like protect them. And well, sure. Maybe that's stripping autonomy from herbivores a little bit. It's also just establishing, hey, listen, we're all on the same side. She's literally trying to build a bridge between people, and she's doing it effectively. It's literally shown in season 2 when all of the wolves, like in the moon immersion area, are like, oh my god, thank you, Juno, so much. The herbivores are less afraid of us now. Like people that like it goes both ways. Like obviously the herbivores are a less advantageous situation, but the fact that the herbivores live in constant fear of the carnivores who are trying to be friendly to them, like that is also a bridge that needs to be broken down. And Juno's doing a good job at that. So please explain to me how Juno was in the wrong. Juno, best girl.
We got, let me see. Nick is the horniest he's ever been during this episode.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
People are going...
Because I want to see the wolves kiss?
Someone says, I'm pro Juno. Then someone goes, she's the only real person. So it seems pretty pro Juno.
Pretty pro Juno.
Blackstar says she just sucks.
No, she doesn't. She's a good person. She's a good Legoshi care. Listen, imagine.
I guess the bit is that she's like scheming against Haru. She gets into some like she's like wants Legoshi from Haru.
Can you imagine? Juno is in the exact situation as the husband from the Bee movie. Can you imagine? Like you're two hot young wolves in high school, and you're like, naturally, we're gonna end up together. I'm gonna throw myself at him. He seems interested. Oh my god, he's fucking a 2-pound rabbit.
Yeah.
What? What? Mind you, it's the first like ever clearly like established herbivore carnivore relationship anybody's ever seen. I'd be baffled if I was Juno.
I love that the world and internet are coming around on the boyfriend from B movie. Yeah. And they're like, this is the only sane man in the entire film.
And he's like, the entire idea is he's losing his mind as his wife fucking leaves him for a bee. Yeah. Yesterday I was so delusional that, you know how I have the hanging Harry Potter candles in my living room?
Yeah.
They just started turning on randomly. like something is just turning them on randomly. I'm assuming that the batteries are like just like sending like a little bit of electricity. They turn on for like 30 seconds at a time. And I, while just like laying on my couch, just absolutely rotting a Sunday away, was like, this is Nick from the future trying to communicate with me. Like I thought it was like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, it's Nick in the walls.
Yeah, I was like Matthew McConaughey pushing books out, and I was like counting the candles, and there's 20 of them. And I was like, well then I was like, but what do the candles mean? Like which ones are the alphabetically, what are they? All right, Danny, I need to explain this to you.
This is so concerning.
Okay, so
this is so legitimately concerning.
So I'm looking at these candles, and I was like, well, what letters are assigned to what candles? And I was like, well, this is me talking to me from the future, right? Then it's gonna be like, how would I label them? Because it's like obviously still me, so like I should use my own logic to apply to here. So I'm like, it's 20 candles minus the 6 least used letters go left to right. And Danny, there was one time that all 4 candles turned on, right? It's usually one candle and then another, and then that as that candle goes out, another candle turns on. Once, Danny, 4 candles turned on using my metrics.
Yeah.
Guess what the system. 4 letters were?
What were they?
They were C-I-K-N.
Sicken?
Nick.
C-I-K-N.
I'm reading from left to right.
I guess so, yeah.
I'm reading from left to right.
I guess so.
Danny, it was C-I-K-N. It was C-I-K-N, Danny. I'm losing my fucking shit.
Go like this.
Yep.
What's written on the palm of your hand?
Oh, fuck with the ads.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Danny, MeUndies, and Surfshark.
I was afraid it was like your code. Like,
no, but I think I am
your
gonna put the letters by the candles and start writing some shit down, dude. I swear to God, I'm communicating with myself.
God, I need
what
Dorothy
if it's gonna
back.
tell me to like buy a meme coin or something like, while it's still down?
Yeah, Tua coin
dude, what
or
if
whatever?
I had known about Tua coin before it tanked?
God, I'm so concerned about you.
I got 3 weeks until Dorothy comes back, dude. Be fucking writing with blood on the wall.
She's hardly been gone.
Don't. It's bad over here, man. I'm getting on Lexapro tomorrow. It's huge.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
How's everyone feel about that?
What?
Nick is losing it without Dorothy.
Yeah, it's bad out here.
It's so episode.
Uh-huh.
Nick has gone full Winona Ryder from Stranger Things. Yeah, put up the Christmas lights.
Oh, it's gonna be huge, dude.
Wow.
Listen.
I can't believe it did that.
Honestly, this is kind of a joke. It is kind of a joke, but at the
I don't
same
believe
time,
you.
At the same time, Dan, no, because listen, I could have put way more attention. It's literally all day it was doing it, and I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. I wonder why. I was like thinking about it scientifically, and I was like, I don't believe in aliens, and I do believe in aliens. I don't believe in ghosts, but I was like, I do believe that like a lot of the ghost experiences people have to deal with are like electromagnetic like pulses, and it's possibly like when you shoot an electron, like when we try to observe an electron, it disappears, and the general idea is that the electron pops into a different dimension, which is like where a lot of like multidimensional, infinite dimension like concepts come from, and so I do believe that a lot of what people identify as
so
ghosts,
when you look like physically observe it, is it like a Boo ghost from Mario?
Yeah, kind of. When you physically observe an electron, it will disappear, or like we have the ability. I'll go into a couple of things here, but when you physically observe an electron, yes, it does disappear, and the general idea is that it goes into a different dimension. You can also collapse a wave. So electrons either exist as a particle or a wave. If you observe the wave, it collapses into a particle. You can also, they found in a legitimate study that people who meditate have the ability to, by meditating about like collapsing the wave of an electron, collapse it from a distance without observing it. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking very weird quantum mechanics shit that we don't really have answers for. Anyways, I think a lot of ghost experiences in the world are electromagnetic crossings between dimensions, and I don't know. That's like, I was like, maybe that's it. Or maybe they're just cheap lights. But I was having fun, like, just like playing with my thoughts about it yesterday.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. It was just a fun thought. It was a fun thought experiment. We haven't talked about any of the anime we were supposed to.
No. Instead, I've just looked up a lot of hotlines for you.
That's fine. Listen, that's fine. I just need somebody here. I
can tell. I can really tell.
Somebody. We'll be fine. We'll figure it out. I'll kill myself. What? Who said that? Anyways, Blue Lock. You want to talk about it?
I was waiting for during that rant. They're just like, yeah, and like you could collapse a wave, and when you observe this, like, so I don't really think that like it was real, but like here's the science behind it, and then just like blood appears on the wall, and it's like, dude, I'm real.
It's the fucking Insidious like face scare behind me. That'd be dope as hell, dude.
What were we talking about? Blue Lock?
I'll talk about Blue Lock.
Sure. Go on.
And I was talking about Blue Lock.
Yeah,
right,
boy,
cool.
was it. Daima?
Yeah. No, let's do. Oh no, let's talk about Blue Lock temporarily for 1 second. This was the like sexual innuendo episode. They made so many sexual innuendo, like there was so many.
Once a season, there's only been 2 seasons, but there was one episode in season 1 where they're all taking showers.
Yeah.
And they're all just like being boys, like having a good time, like
Boing, just slapping each other's dongs, dude. Yeah, good piece.
I wonder if this is like that episode of this season. Just like you get one. So explain what episode it was.
This is oh god, I don't even it's the subs episode. It's like when all of the subs come in. I think it might be like 30. No, it's not.
Let me read the Crunchyroll thing. It'll give you literally every plot beat of the episode.
Please do.
All right. Blue Lock. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yeah, subs take the stage.
That's it. Episode 1.
34. Season 2, 34. Shindo joins the match in the second half and throws everyone off with his crazy plan. After he scores a free kick, Shiguri and Nico get swapped out with Reo and Hiyori. With Blue Lock's new formation, Reo proves his worth with chameleon defense.
That is
literally the whole plot.
Point for point, the entire episode.
Yeah.
Why would you tell us that Shindo scores a goal?
It's insane. I like can't. Every time we watch an episode, I read that and then I'm like, surely this is the first 5 minutes.
What an incredible synopsis, though. But it's also kind of insane when you can just read those 2 sentences and I can be like, oh, that is everything that happened.
Just write they play soccer.
Yeah.
You know? Just write that in every one.
More kickies. More kickies today, guys.
I just want to see his like mental state deteriorate each one. It just says like episode 32 just says go!
Golazo!
Yeah. Episode 34 is just coordinates.
Yeah. Please help. Coordinates and help. So I said, did he just come? When Shido scored his goal, he was just like, I'm coming.
I'm coming.
Yeah, right. It was kind of like what he said, right? He's like, I'm finishing or something. And then he was just like,
I know they got really, I don't know if season 1 was like this. I'd be interested to go back. Same with the animation, but like this has me being like, were there always like this reliant on catchphrases?
It fucking quips the anime. It's like when you start a fighting game and like the 2 fighters are like, I'm gonna punch you with a dick, and they're like, I don't have a dick.
Yeah, the other one's like, I'm coming.
Yeah, that's like I like it rough or some shit. Like fucking, it's literally just that. It's like stop, policeman check, and they're like, I don't have my ID. I'm like, fucking kick the ball.
I know, it's funny because the quips are really like not that clever. It will be that. It'll be like. Yeah, it'll be like license and registration, and then he'll like do a little move that you have to imply with your mind because they don't show it.
Yeah, because it's like bump, bump, bump.
He does a little thing, and then it'll be like a Batra being like, sorry, left my license at home. Fuck face.
Yeah, it's like you don't have this much time to do quips. Like, how is nobody and then like this entire episode's like, oh, everyone's so tired. I was like, probably if they didn't spend the entire fucking match yapping, they'd be able to catch their breath.
I want like towards the end of the match, everyone's just like can barely get the words out because they're huffing so hard.
Yeah, it's like license. Oh, he's gone already. Fuck. All right, cool.
Just see like Shiguri throwing up in the background. like,
wait, did I make you wait?
Better keep up next time.
Yeah. So yeah, they're like, oh, did I make you wait? Rio and Nagi. Oh, Reo being like, oh, Nagi, did I make you wait? And Nagi was being like, I'm so happy to have you here. We can't, like, oh, I don't know. I wonder with Blue Lock, right? Because, like, I know there's some mangakas who are like, stop shipping my characters together. They're not gay.
Yeah.
Like, I think this happened with either the Kagurabachi. It was either Kagurabachi or like...
Really?
Like, I think the Kagurabachi, there was like 2 boys that were like kind of close. Yeah. And everyone was like, oh, these boys gonna kiss. And the Kagurabachi mangaka was like, I'm never making 2 men friends ever again or something. They're like, you cannot... I might be slandering Kagurabachi. Yeah. There was a manga recently where they were like, fucking... No, they're not gay. This is the gayest. It's so gay.
It's always been very gay.
And I was like, I can't... Like, between Arcane and this... there's just so much male angst and like sexual tension that is not going to get released.
Yeah, you wonder if anyone in the animation industry is straight.
I cannot tell if it's intentional.
Yeah, I mean, the Jayce one, I feel like no one would argue with Blue Lock. I could be wrong, but I know the Jayce one, like, people are really back and forth with. And it's like, yeah, it is weird, huh? Because like, boy, is it like
These
pretty
two
erotic.
naked Cosmos brothers being like, across all universes, you're the only thing that ever taught me I could value life. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. If I saw Dorothy, I wouldn't even think of something that romantic. Like that is. Those are two gay men.
I think it's interesting. There's an interesting discussion with Jayce and Viktor where like, with stuff like that, with stuff like media and like, oh, it's two men who are like, you know, affectionate with each other and like best friends and like love each other. And it's like, oh, they're gay. There is an argument to be made of like, isn't that kind of like being like, oh, men can't be affectionate
without
without it being gay, which is in a roundabout way kind of toxically masculine, where it's like, oh, men can't be really good friends without wanting to kiss each other. But also, I think too, like, even if like Arcane, like the Arcane Studios, like, no, they're just friends, like they're just really good friends, but they love each other as friends. I think the imagery, like, it's not like relationship gay to have imagery where they're like close to each other and like holding each other's necks.
Of course.
It's just like symbolic that they are like soulmates and like partners. That doesn't mean they want each other's penises inside of them. It could,
I guess.
but it's like, you know what I mean? I think it's like layered and stuff.
To me, listen, I understand that. Like obviously, men can like exhibit friendship in any possible way they want to, right? A male friendship looks different for every two men in that friendship. But to me, like if I'm ever like, oh, these men gay, it's probably because they're acting kind of gay. Like it's like that's the thing. Is like male friendship doesn't look like Jayce and Viktor have. And while I'm not going to sit here and say that their friendship is atypical or even wrong, like it's just like their friendship to me airs more on the side of romantic than it does on like platonic.
Jayce and Viktor specifically, I do agree. They are for sure gay, even though they both have girlfriends. But like, there's a whole conversation where like Jayce is like, we wanted to like start and finish this together, and Viktor was like, yes, this started out of affection and now ends in science. And it's like, gay, bro.
Yeah, that's listen, I'm going to sit here and say, if my penis would allow me, I would marry Danny. I would. Like, Danny's probably one of the closest things I've ever found to a soulmate, but I probably would never at any point look Danny in the eyes while floating in the cosmos and tell him through all universes he's the thing that tethers me to life.
I'm going to tell you a hard truth. I don't think we'd work out.
And unpack that for me, Chief.
I don't think we'd work out.
No. I'm gonna need
Do
your
you?
No, of course not. No, I didn't.
I don't think you would.
No, you're right. I didn't.
You're too abrasive for me.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I need a softer partner.
Yep.
I think he'd exhaust me. You want to go out too much.
Okay.
You know?
Yep. Okay.
What?
I feel the same.
I think I'd bore you. How's that? That's better.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. No, you're right. Yeah, no, it wouldn't. Okay. I feel the same way. Okay. No, Danny, maybe I don't understand it. All right, what do you mean I'm too abrasive, Dan?
Where'd you, like, I need a little frog on a lily pad. That's not you.
Too big of a personality.
You're the catfish that devours that frog.
What are you afraid? Are you afraid of, we'd be out at a party and I'd make people laugh before you could get to it? Is that what you're afraid of, Dan?
No.
Are you afraid I wouldn't be your little demure, little diminutive little pocket?
Yeah, that's what I need.
Companion?
I need a nice submissive gal who knows her place.
You need a piece
that's
of
it.
arm candy? That's what you need, Dan? I'm too abrasive for you?
You're too smart.
It would work out lovely, I think.
Do you?
I think people would look at us and they'd be like, wow, look at those two. Look at how much.
No, they'd look at us and they'd be like, oh, so Danny's the bottom?
Probably, Dan. Yeah. That's fine. I'm a very gentle lover.
I don't think you are.
No, I'm not good at like the. When I get in there,
gentle loving.
When I get in there, I'm just like, I'm speed running. Honestly, I'm speed run. I could last way longer, but like I'm kind of about efficiency.
But yeah, but in this economy, who's got the time?
Listen, me and Dorothy have just made an agreement that like anything above 10 minutes is just, it's too much.
This is your horniest episode. No Dorothy for 1 week.
You're right. I haven't fucked in like a week, dude. I'm backed up.
Every segment has been about you fucking.
Oh my God, you're right. Listen, I think we would be lovely together. I like a big personality, Dan. You're a big personality.
We're very, very, very close best friends.
You inspire me to be funnier.
I appreciate that.
I feel like
You're very funny. You're the only person I've met out here who's like funny. It's not a lot of funny. Chris is funny sometimes.
Oh, and that was Nick getting his heart broken.
What are you talking about? I just complimented you.
And that was okay. Well,
this is what you're telling me. Okay, here we go. We'll turn it around. You're telling I'm constantly accidentally hurting your feelings. You're telling me you want to be in that abusive relationship?
are you telling me you don't constantly hurt Sarah's feelings?
She can get over it.
No, I can get over it, Dan. I get over it every time.
I do constantly accidentally hurt a lot of people's feelings.
Yeah, Danny, you're a very abrasive personality.
Yeah, me in the videos is me for real.
Every single one of my male friendships who are in a relationship, I'm the woman. I am Mackenzie. I am Sarah. Every time I talk to them, I'm like, ha, these men. Every time. And then you guys sit down with Dorothy and crack a beer, and you're like, what are they fucking bitching about? Every time you do it. Listen, I know this about myself. I'm a very emotional man. I was raised by women, Dan. What do you want from me here?
Nick is a girl's girl.
That's what I keep saying, man.
We're getting really close to a soggy biscuit episode again.
Oh, nice.
That was your disgusting thing. Right?
It's not a soggy biscuit. It's called Ucky Cookie. Ew, soggy biscuit.
Ew, you. Ew, you.
No. I'm going to make you love me one of these days. I'm going to fucking do it. And then anyways, he said, forcing it through a tiny hole, that's hot. And then I also said,
that was the episode.
And that was it, baby. I also said, I have no idea how Nagi passed that. We put all of the money into Shido's goal. Literally, like, it was like Shido's goal had like 4 frames of animation, and then everybody else it was like there was like literal motion being conveyed by panel switches. That was crazy. Because usually a pass, it kind of makes sense. You can like convey that through a PNG switching. This was like a person cutting through 2 defenders was 3 photos. And I'd never seen anything like this in my entire life. All right, let's talk about Daima. So we're talking about...
That was Daima.
We're talking about fucking... this is...
Yeah, episode 9.
I'm so happy I watched Beastars and Creature Commandos this week because I was like reminded that like good content exists.
Yeah.
And that was so refreshing.
This is Daima, episode 9. They put a hat on Goku for like literally a second. And they were like,
nobody will see this boy with this bowling ball satchel.
Yeah, this boy, carrying his bowling ball, the only one with like Asian and or white skin.
You want to know what I said? So you're telling me no one mentioned the orange jumpsuit? Yeah. Oh, look, hey, yeah. Also, a great point. The only fucking human?
Yeah, the only one with human-colored skin.
I don't know how maybe it's because I don't see race, but you're absolutely right. Goku's the only fucking...
Yeah, everyone's blue.
Everyone's fucking blue.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, cover his ears.
There's dog people here. There's dog people here. What do you mean? Look, that I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. So that happens. And some like ghouls steal the Dragon Ball, and then Goku and company fight them. And then they meet up with Vegeta and Piccolo and Bulma, and they're like, hey, just checking in, letting you guys know you're still useless to the plot.
Yep.
So then...
Thanks for being here in the Demon Realm. Go fight the king.
Yeah. So then Goku leaves, and then Vegeta and Piccolo have a fight scene, which is just like every fight in the show is the most boring thing ever, except the Tamagi fight, because it's just, oh, here's a bunch of goons. They're not going to stand a match against you. Vegeta takes them all out, and then halfway through, they're like, oh, now it's Piccolo's turn. And it's like, just sit it out. Vegeta's got it. Like, no one's even close to beating Vegeta.
Nope. No one. Vegeta's like literally at the end of the fight, he's like, that wasn't even enough to like get a warm up in. And it's like, yeah, hey, Piccolo, we didn't need you backstabbing the big one. Like, Vegeta had it. I like my point for Vegeta and Piccolo and Bulma showing up. If you match their story arc with Goku's, they're going through the exact same story arc as Goku 9 episodes later. Yeah. So Goku obviously shows up, gets in a fight, gets his plane stolen, right? And then after he gets his plane stolen, he gets in another fight with a bunch of goons. That is exactly to a T.
Sorry.
Continue.
I was just going to say, you brought up a very funny fact, and that's that this whole planet's economy hinges on stolen planes.
And I was like, lock the doors. There's been 3 stolen planes in 9 episodes.
Yeah.
There's been more stolen planes than poops, which is kind of crazy because it's a poop-based story.
It's a poop-based power system.
I said in the beginning of this story that Pansy is just going to be Bulma. And that's exactly what she has proven to be. She literally was like, oh, hey, the Dragon Ball got stolen. And then she was like, oh, don't worry, I put a tracker on the Dragon Ball, and then just pulled out Bulma's Dragon Ball finder.
Yeah. It's just lazy. It's all lazy.
And then what is, okay, this is my entire problem with the story, is what does anything do for the continuation of the plot? What did Goku's Dragon Ball getting stolen do for the continuation of the plot? Outside of kill 11 minutes of runtime.
Just that. It's just filler. The whole show is filler.
Filler, because it's like, I get it, Akira Toriyama's not alive. I get the story's not getting made anymore, but like, why are we padding numbers here?
Well, they already made it.
Yeah.
So,
is it done?
Well, yeah, it's done. Like, all the episodes are done.
Cool.
But it's like, yeah, they're not even like exploring an interesting world. Like, It's not like One Piece. I heard somebody talk about it where they're like, oh, Daima's about like exploring new and interesting locations and this and that. And it's like, it's not like I so want them to leave this gas ass planet and then end the show. Like, there's nothing interesting or unique about the planet. I'm not gonna like I still talk about like Alabasta and Arlong Park as locations because they're interesting and unique.
And have
never gonna talk about this
pop
place
up and are important and dive into different. What is the through line of Daima? What's the story being told? What are like the things that an English teacher would watch it and be like, oh, Daima's a story about this?
There's no theme.
There's no theme.
It's not about a thing.
It is a fetch quest built into the weakest main story arc you've ever seen in your entire life. Yeah. For some reason, Vegeta and Piccolo are on the Demon Planet. They're now capitalizing on fighting against King Guma, who hasn't been established as an even remotely important character. For some reason, Majin 2, that's your joke, I'm stealing it,
is
just a fucking Cyberman with a purple face.
Yeah, let's talk about Majin 2. When he showed up, because at first I was like, watch this thing just look like Majin Buu.
Yeah.
Like, a part of me really thought that would happen.
The way that would have been better, because at least that was an important character.
At least that was a good design.
Yep.
This is like, let me look at it one more time. It's like,
let me tell you,
it's like
right now,
purple cooler.
It's not even that. It's a Cyberman with a purple face.
Yeah.
It is a Cyberman with like kind of Boo's body in that like it's got like, you know how Boo kind of had like the whole like long torso thing, high pecs, and like long arms that got thicker at the end.
Yeah, it's like Kid Boo fused with a Cyberman with Cell's second form face.
Kind
like,
of.
because he's got the lips.
It's more like Frieza's face?
No.
No. Yeah,
well, because he's got the lips.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm looking at it now, and it's like,
so lazy.
His name's Majin Ku, which is weird because it's like, the reason his name's Boo is because there's Bibbidi and Bobbidi.
Yeah.
So it's Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. And then Oob, who Akira Toriyama for some reason regrets ever making because he refuses to like continue Oob's story. Remember when Dragon Ball Z ended and Goku was like, I'm going to train Oob to be like the strongest warrior on Earth?
Yep.
And now Oob's just like fucked off. Yeah.
Oob is just gone after the events of GT. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what people think about
Daima? Probably. Oh, gotcha. Also, the ending of this episode is whatever the fucking female, I guess they're not female because none of them have gender, but the one with tits, Glind.
Oh my god, he looks like the fucking GT Shenron, Nova Shenron.
I guess, kind of.
Because of the lips. Because the lips and the color.
Uh-huh. And so the episode ends with the Glind being like, oh, to Majin Ku, go defeat the first world's Tamagami or whatever the fuck. And if you were planning on building a Majin to defeat the Tamagamis to get the Dragon Balls in the first place, why'd you need Goku?
What? Why'd you need Goku? Also, I feel like we've really glossed over. Why Cybermen? Why and where Cybermen? Like, it's so weird. Cybermen were introduced. This is the grossest snoring I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, that's Wagyu.
Wagyu's.
Every night. This is what I sleep next to every night.
Wagyu sounds like fucking Hagrid's dog. Yep. Like,
listen, the toe beans are twitching though.
Yeah, they're running.
They're going crazy.
But it's so weird. I feel like it's gotta be some kind of lore break because Cybermen could be a different race that the Saiyans subjugated, and the Saiyans were subjugated by Frieza.
Yeah.
But it seems weird that, like, the little beings of this, like, extinct race are like the things she's using to make the new Majin Buu. These things that like Krillin killed, Krillin could kill. That's your base
To
of
make
Majin
the thing that's
Buu.
supposed to take out Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo?
Use a different rate. Use a Glind.
Yeah.
Why? Like, why is Cyberman back? So allegedly, according to r slash Reddit,
Okay.
people do hate the design of Majin Buu, which is hype.
Yeah.
Because it makes me believe that taste isn't completely dead.
That people aren't just like becoming shills for IP.
Yeah.
Huge.
But I'm seeing a lot of like cope. I mean, it is like the Dragon Ball Daima subreddit, but like, okay, this one's good. Okay, so a lot of coping is like, I personally don't think it's a bad design because it's a Cybermen base used to make a Majin Buu like demon. So of course it looks like part Cybermen, part Majin Buu. Guess what?
Don't have to do that.
Just don't do it. Just write a better thing.
Well, look, of
Just
course-
write a better thing. It's not like this is a documentary.
Yeah.
Like it's not, the information isn't set in stone that has to happen.
I love when people are like, but it's what they explained it to be. And it's like, hey, buddy, they can explain it to be anything.
Yeah, she could be like, oh, I used a bat. I just an earth bat. I found one. I thought they were cool. This is Boo fused with a bat. And then if he looks cool, that's fine.
There's like 30 confirmed races that'll have different abilities and different like characteristics and propensities in the Dragon Ball universe. Why are we bringing back the things that just got sliced up by the lowest forces of the fucking Z fighters, and that their entire purpose in Z was to kill Yamcha?
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like, even though they explain it, it's a bad explanation.
Yeah.
And then this person goes, remember, children, and then with like little song notes, just because it makes sense doesn't mean it's good, which is great.
Yeah.
Love that. Better than another straight up clone of Goku just in black. Not like that much better though.
Yeah, like if they had been like, we got one of Goku's hairs and it was Majin Buu with like Goku's hair, that'd have been kind of cool, I guess.
It's just like Green Bugman. We have a lizard man, green bug man, all sorts of bubblegum men, a cat, an evil version of the MC, a buff white alien, but a green plant guy with lips? Nah, take it back. I think people are just hating on Daima just to hate. Like, people are so... Anytime I talk about Dragon Ball Super and how, like, Akira Toriyama was, like, so frustrating and how many ideas he was just recycling and how lazy Super and the movies were, people are, like... They just like can't comprehend that the issue is that he's repeating stuff.
Yeah.
Like people are like, oh, well, like, you know, he gave Frieza a new form. It's just a new color.
Yeah.
And also it's Frieza again. It's like that where it's like, oh, people think it's weird that we have like a green plant gum guy. It's like, no, the issue is that there hasn't been any new Dragon Ball content since the end of Z.
Yeah. And that'd be like if, like, the way to put it into perspective is like if Orochimaru was the main bad guy in the Konoha Crush arc, and then like the main bad guy in the Sasuke retrieval arc, and then the main bad guy like 3 arcs later. Like Orochimaru is a pest throughout the entirety of Naruto, but he's never the main focus of villainy in the Naruto universe after his key crucial arc. Like he's important, they're integral to like the story, but that doesn't mean that they're ever at another point the main bad guy again, like Frieza is. That's my number one thing.
Yeah. Someone brings up a good point.
What?
Dragon Ball is like the antithesis of we want more content with the same people. One Piece does it extremely well, yet Dragon Ball can't seem to.
Does One Piece do the same content with like new content with the same people? It's new bad guys, new side characters every single arc.
But don't people keep like returning? Like Buggy keeps returning. What's that kid who gets the glow up?
It's very similar to like Orochimaru's role in Naruto, right? It's like you get Time in the Sun as the main bad guy. So like I don't know, Logetown or whatever one Buggy is like the main bad guy in, and then like Buggy's story is fleshed out continually throughout the entirety of One Piece, but he's never the main bad guy again. Yeah. Like he's just like now he's part of the Cross Guild, and now he's like the leader of the Cross Guild, and like that, like and they're putting bounties on Navy admirals and shit, and like he's never like Buggy is never like probably gonna be the main bad guy again. It's just like, hey, the bad guys that aren't killed directly can continually play roles as pests throughout the entirety of the story. So like they return, but they're never the central point again.
Yeah. I suppose so. This other person goes, it's because everything is leading up to the end of Z. That's the problem, is that like, yeah, so like Daima takes place before Super. And also before the end of Z, because I think Super takes place before the end of Z. Because Goku goes off to like train Oob forever.
Yeah, I guess.
Let me see when Super takes place. When does...
I mean, everyone's older, but I guess, yeah, he just dips. He just dips for a while. Probably why he told everybody he wasn't involved in the raising of his children.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super takes place a few years after the defeat of Majin Buu. After the end of Z, though? Let me see.
Well, what is the ending of Z?
Takes place. Everyone's grown up, like, I think...
You're right,
Like,
yeah.
Goten's, like, a young adult.
Yeah.
And I think Goten's a kid in Super. Dragon Ball Super takes place
Goten's
after
like
the
a
Majin
teenager
Buu.
in
Yeah,
Super.
after the Majin Buu arc, but before the 10-year time skip at the end of Z.
Crazy.
So it's all before the end of Z, which makes Super and Daima feel like filler because they're not like really fleshing it out. It's just like spinning its wheels until Goku goes off to train Oob. Like, why wouldn't you just continue it after? And it's because he wants like Goku to be the protagonist for the whole eternity.
Even though we've been hyping up Gohan as like the person who surpassed Goku, and yet like outside of Gohan Beast, a recolorization, Gohan has never even touched the precipice of Goku's level.
Yeah, that's my thing, is that like Dragon Ball fans refuse to acknowledge the fact that the problem is that it's all recycled content. The last good thing like Toriyama really came up with, I'd say, was Beerus.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Broly's pretty
And
good.
Whis has got a cool design as well.
They're like tied, but yeah, I
fair.
love both of them. Whis is also just like fun as hell. I love that guy. But like, yeah, people like Jiren. Hit's cool. I don't like Jiren. I just like can't get over his like all the designs are like have been lacking.
Big walrus man.
Yeah. Like the big wolf, I guess. But like Beerus and Whis were like the best designs of recent memory. Broly is just like a redesign, so that's another recycle.
Yeah.
And again, people are like, oh, well, he canonized Broly. Like, that's awesome. It's like, yeah, again, though, he canonized a thing that he already came up with.
Yeah, like canonize a thing that also everyone was like, this is one of the coolest things we've seen. Let's canonize it in our mind.
Yeah.
Like the way that canon doesn't matter, like unless you're like an anime debater.
Yeah.
Like just fucking like, oh, what do you mean the movies aren't canon? Who gives a shit? Who
True,
gives
well,
a shit?
well, it's crazy, too, to be like, oh, he canonized Broly. Oh, that's so sick. So that means he'll be in the show now, right?
Nope.
No, has never showed up again. Nope. Might as well be the same Broly from Z.
Yeah.
Cool.
Princess Trunks, man. Fucking Princess Trunks.
Princess Trunks.
All right, so that's Daima. You want to talk?
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
I love that opening. I watch it every time.
That's wild because you hate
I
openings.
hate openings.
So we're talking Danzan episode 10.
Dun, 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 dun. I like that changes. I wish I knew the rap, but no one wants it. No, where he's like, yeah, you know that, yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. So anyways, I have beef with this episode. I have beef with this episode.
Sound like Justin Roiland.
It's incredibly specific.
Okay.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I have beef with this episode.
I have beef with this episode. Where's my wife? That's the one, right? That's the one. It's not Dan Harmon. That's the one who I always say.
Dan Harmon, I believe, is okay.
Good guy. Dan Harmon.
Yeah.
They gave the nurse black hair. That's my beef.
What should it be? Blue?
Red.
I thought it was blue. In a certain lighting, it was blue. She looked a lot like the nurse from Skullgirls.
Did you read the manga?
No.
Oh, you're talking
in the episode.
In the anime episode.
Yeah, in a certain lighting, she had like blue hair, like a Valentine from Skullgirls.
Valentine from Skull. I don't even know what Skullgirls is.
It's a video game.
Oh, crazy. It's crazy how many you're such a video game guy.
You'll find out very shortly why I know this game.
Okay, we about to do.
Look it up.
We doing tiggled biddies.
Dun 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 dun.
I'm finding out why. Okay, wait, hold up.
Look up Valentine Skullgirls.
I'm sorry, I just looked up Skullgirls. I apologize. Valentine Skullgirls. Hobbity hobbity haba haba. My goodness.
I've never seen that happen in real life.
Holy shit, she's built like Nurse Joy's in a hentai game.
Yeah, boy is she. I thought that this was like what this nurse's design was based around. So this is episode 10 of Dun 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 Dun
What
Dun.
is this third leg coming out from her coochie area?
Is that her penis?
Damn.
Third leg? What are you talking?
I don't know.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. That's a body bag.
That's a body bag?
She has a move where she like puts you in a body bag and does an Izuna drop.
What is this game?
It's a fighting game.
And then the girls' clothes come off when they get down to 1 HP or something?
I don't think they need to. I think this is enough off.
That's fair. That's very fair.
But God, I want to play Skullgirls now.
You know what? Now that I'm looking at it, now that I'm sitting here and looking at the manga, I guess it kind of makes sense that the nurse's hair is black.
Is it all colored in?
I don't know. So like my whole thing is like, here I'm gonna show you. Like it didn't seem like it was gonna be black to me. There was like big streaks of white in her hair in the manga.
Oh yeah, it does. It looks more than black.
Yeah.
Black and white would have even been cool. But yeah, it looks like something.
To me in the manga, it didn't look like it was going to be like straight black. And to me, it felt like it stripped her of a little bit of her personality for me. Like I wanted her to have like some big, like she's such she comes back in the story, like actually very recently in the manga. But she's such like just a wild character. It's like the dominatrix nurse. Like,
yeah, the anime is way different though with it. The anime like really sexes her up.
Yeah.
Like more than the manga, which is interesting. Would you say the anime is more
hornier than the manga?
Yeah.
In
this scene.
Yes and no.
Look at the scene and then remember the anime scene. It opens with her like hitting a little tassel thing against her hand. No tassel thing in that.
Yeah.
It's like close up on that. Then she like follows up her boobs. She does a little like shirt thing.
Yeah.
And then you see her like beat the dude.
You just see her like just punishing a dude.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been a bad boy.
Yeah.
And she's like, yes, you have.
And then in the manga, it's like she just looks stern. Like it really doesn't look that like dominatrix-y.
Less dominatrix in the manga. I would say it's weird. It's a weird spot because the manga is more horny in some moments and less horny in others. The manga is so many panty shots. Let me try and explain. Like it's like everyone's like, okay, I'm gonna show you the scene where Okarun and Momo like land in the hallway naked.
Yeah.
So there's more things.
The water is so gross looking.
So like, cum looking, basically, right? Like it's just like it's viscous looking.
It's just too much of it. Like
exactly. And then, like it's a lot of stuff like that where it's like there's a lot of upskirt scenes. Like it's definitely, and because everything happens so quickly in the anime, it does like it's less emphasis on upskirts and all that. But because the anime is so willing to like flesh out individual scenes and like to show the personality of the characters in a more defined kind of way, I feel like they lean into the perversion a little bit, like with the nurse. So it's a yes and no answer.
Yeah. I had beef with her because I was like, what fucking jerk? She's like, so they show up in her office.
Yeah.
They were naked in the hallway.
Yes.
And she's like, are you guys being bullied?
Yeah.
You gotta tell me if there's bullies in my school.
Yeah.
What fucking jurisdiction does the school nurse have? Well, like at first I was like,
saw what you did to that bald man.
yeah, but at first I was like, are you the principal? Like I'm never telling my school nurse about my bullies. You know what I mean? What a weird.
I don't know.
No?
That feels like she's probably also the counselor for the school. That feels like an okay person to talk to, especially if she's willing to kick the shit out of them.
Yeah, she is. It's funny because she's like, I don't tolerate bullies. And then she was like bullying them into.
And then she proceeded to just
beat the hell out of a guy
being like slightly late or something.
Well, it's funny too because she's like, I'm gonna punish you. And then just fucking hits him in the back of the head. And I'm like, hey, lady, fucking ouch.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, please, and anywhere else.
Yeah, not sexy, but. She was. I mean, just not getting hit in the head.
I mean, I take it.
It's not BDSM. It's just violence.
BDSM is controlled violence, kind of. You know what I could never do? Ropes.
Nick, we gotta.
We're talking about BDSM, Dan.
Do you need a break?
I could take 5.
Don't take 5.
I could take 5. Do have to pee.
Anyway. Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm
sure that's what's gonna happen.
The thick kind. I'm so sorry.
Ugh.
I'm so sorry.
Ugh.
It's only going to get worse, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. I love the lore of aliens being beat back by yokai.
Yeah, I
That's,
love
like,
that too, actually.
My favorite thing from this entire universe, that like
Yeah.
the scene of you seeing like the globe covered in yokai and aliens being repelled back, absolutely adoring.
I mean, the coolest part about this show is that it's like ghosts and aliens.
Yeah, they do it all.
And for them to like tie that in together in such a clever way
Yeah.
is really smart. So yeah, I did like that. Ken's voice actor was like firing on all cylinders in this episode. Didn't love him offering his penis.
Got used to it. Got used to the Ken lifestyle.
Yeah, too used to
Yeah,
it.
he was like, he just knew he could get it back.
I know. Yeah, that was crazy confidence. When the
He's already got his wiener and one ball back.
when the mantis shrimp showed up and they like take him in and they patch him up and he's like giving a sob story. I was like, hey guys, I'm not going to feel bad for this thing. And then boy, do I.
Exact. Welcome to the Dawn to Dawn experience. You'll be introduced to somebody, you'll be like, stupid. And then they'll be like, nah. And then you're like, okay, well, fuck. Now I do feel bad.
I love the bit of him explaining his backstory and she's like, hey, can anyone understand this guy?
Because he's just throwing in alien slang. I don't remember him doing that in the manga at all. There's a couple of things where I'm like, they're happening in the anime. And I was like, did this happen in the manga? And I don't really think it did. This is, by the way, this is the scene in the manga.
Wow.
Of like and it's kind of cool because I don't know if you noticed this, but it's like a bunch of like kind of famous like ships from culture.
Really?
Yeah, there's like the Star Trek ship right there. There's Star Destroyers. Like that's a Star Destroyer. There's a bunch of like, like I think Slave One. You can see Slave One in here. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. But how'd you feel about this episode in general?
I liked it.
It's fun.
I thought it was good. It's like it's fun is like the review. Because they're just kind of like being friends. Like they're patching up their relationship a bit. I liked Ira kind of taking a hit for ISA before this fucking mob like lynched her in the hallways.
Oh, gotcha.
Where they're all like she's just sitting there and they're like, did ISA do this to you? I bet she did. I fucking hate that girl. I'm gonna kill that girl.
Dude, they ride for her like crazy.
Yeah, they're ride or die for sure.
Man, to be a pretty woman.
I like the scene where they're like on the bench and ISA like knows Ira didn't like, shit talk her.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want to give her the satisfaction of like being grateful for it.
Yeah.
That's all good. Like the teenage stuff is genuinely really well done and grounded.
The teenage angst, the teenage romance, the teenage inability to
You love
communicate.
the like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
like when they're just being goofy.
It's so human. Like it's so well written in a human sense.
Yeah, the voice actors are great. This voice actress who plays ISA.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot of like the dubs that came out this year in terms of like female actresses. She's like, I have to assume she's one of the best. She's crushing it.
So good at conveying and that's the thing is like it has to do with the writing, right? It has to do with the writing. It has to do with the translation from Japanese because it's Abby Trott is the lady doing Momo Ayase. I'm gonna see what else she's done. She's very pretty. She's Magic in Marvel Rivals.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she is. Oh, she was Kyrie and Uzumaki.
Wow.
Isn't that's crazy?
Yeah, that is crazy. She sounds way different.
Way different. She was Hojo Tokuyuki and the Elusive Samurai.
God, she's working a lot this year.
She is absolutely getting booked out. She's Wonder Woman in Multiversus. She's Nezuko Kamado in Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer?
Yep.
Oh, wow. So she has to deliver iconic lines such as...
It's so funny because, she's Nezuko Kamado for 40 episodes. And I was
no,
like...
she isn't. She's Nezuko Kamado for 40 minutes.
I was going to say, I was like, that is big credits. She is Pod 153 from Nier Automata.
I can't imagine. If I was making, like, Demon Slayer...
she's fucking Aya in Suzume.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, if I was, like, the director of Demon Slayer, the way that anytime Nezuko came up, I would just, like, go up in the booth and be like, yeah, hold on, I got this... Ooh! Ooh!
Yeah, that'd be great. It's the easiest, it's the greatest job ever. She is a lot of people. She's a very, very talented. Out of all of those roles, though, I would still argue that, oh my God, she's fucking Veronica in the Seven Deadly Sins. Out of all those roles, I would inarguably argue that she is the best in this role.
Yeah, same.
Best English voice acting performance. Momo, I say.
Yeah. Male, what would you say? Either Ken, I don't know any of them.
He's pretty good. Did Soul 11 come out this year? It didn't. Did it?
I don't know, but Beastars did, and Jonah Scott fucking rips.
Oh, yeah, because you've seen the episodes from season 3.
No, but I can't imagine he got worse.
He's so fine. He's so fine.
So good.
He's okay.
She is the female him.
Wow.
They both...
Or like he's the male her.
Watch your mouth.
Per, and that's on period. And that's on 7th wave feminism.
Watch your pussy little mouth.
How?
You purred.
Yeah, you purred?
Yeah. Cats.
Oh, gotcha. I see what you did there.
Get your head out of the gutter.
I'm sorry.
For
I'm not,
1 second.
I'm not fucking Queen Gay. I don't own the gay like you do. There we go. Limp.
That hurt my wrist so bad.
Yeah, the soft twisting of it. God, you realize boxing is all about wrist torsion, right?
I'm getting there.
Oh,
I have so many months.
Objectively, not that.
I have like 6 months.
You have more than that. You have 8 months.
A lot of months.
Still not that much time.
More than I thought. That feels great.
Not enough time to solidify your bones.
Whatever.
I'm drinking some milk.
I'm drinking milk.
You're drinking soy.
I'm drinking soy milk.
I actually wonder if it's calcium rich. I have no idea. Anyways, continue. Yeah, you've already been fucking with the label this entire time.
My strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched enough she's the female Jonah Scott in the sense, not like quality-wise, they're both incredibly good. I like them both. They both have this weird twinge of like New Jersey Italian.
Little tri-state area accent going, yeah.
There's a bit where she's like, these friggin' aliens don't know when to leave us alone. Like something like that. And it's like, she gets a little Jersey in her.
And that's what you look for. That's what you look for in a good voice actor. A tri-state, an Atlantic like coast accent. Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair.
Big ending, new character, new love interest. He looks like a fucking idiot. Hate his design. He looks like a character from Bungo Stray Dogs. I don't think you got to. Did you get to the lemon guy, the lemon grenade guy?
Yes, I
looks
did.
Like him.
Not really.
All right. What's
you
that?
You don't like Gigi's design?
Look up Gigi.
I know what Gigi looks like.
Look him up.
I know what Gigi looks like. I've read 170 chapters of this manga. I know what Gigi looks like.
I'm gonna look up lemon guy.
Okay. All right. Fine. We're doing a side-by-side comparison here. No.
Yes.
Okay.
Which one's my phone?
There is a key difference here, and that is the separation in the bangs. You're just saying anybody who's tall with bangs looks like Gigi. Gigi's hot. Gigi's like a soccer star. He's got pierced earrings. Like his pierced ears. His entire thing is to be like the foil to Okarun's nerdy, scrawny, diminutive size.
Yeah,
like
you may
Gigi's supposed to be like this like mega jock who's like actually like he's huge.
He's skinny as hell.
Look at this.
He's a skinny little boy.
What do you mean? Like, he's actually not. He's actually ripped.
He looks like he runs track.
He plays soccer.
Oh yeah, soccer players, notoriously ginormous people.
They're ripped.
They're skinny ripped. They're running. They can't put on muscle.
They're not like running around like bodybuilders, but they're as in good a shape as humans have ever been.
I'm just saying. So is
Have
Okarun.
You seen Ronaldo?
Okarun's like the fastest guy on earth.
Oh, for like 3 seconds.
So
I can perform for 3 seconds as well. Doesn't mean I can't. Doesn't mean you can put me in 95-minute matches. Like Gigi is literally supposed to be the foil to Okarun. He's supposed to be like a fucking BTS type. And you're comparing him to Lemon Guy, whose entire thing is to be kind of quirky and also not be exploded by his own lemon bombs.
This guy looks like Lemon Guy. Speaking of Gigi, when ISA's doing whatever reference or bit,
this show is so Japanese for like 30 seconds at a time.
In my reaction, I was like, this must be a Japanese thing. I have no idea what this is.
Hella Japanese. It's like old people Japanese. That's the thing. JJK does this a little bit later in the manga where they start like making jokes about Japanese comedy. And I was like, I've never felt less in touch with a thing I've read in my entire life.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
But
so you don't like GG.
He's been in it for 2 seconds. You're just itching for a thumbnail.
All I'm saying
Nick,
is...
my least favorite texts I get every week is when Stank goes, "What's the title?" And then Nick goes, "Danny hates everything."
Mm-hmm.
hate you.
ability. Actually, those titles never work.
They don't work.
They never work.
I
Dan.
told you, no one wants to watch a 2-hour-long rant on a thing they like.
That's fair. Very fair. Positivity wins.
I hate you.
Positivity
2
wins.
years
the day.
in, you finally admit this.
I finally listen. I'm coming around, Danny. My content's getting gayer and more positive, thanks to you. I'm positive. I'm positively filled with gay, Dan.
Nice.
And that's everything. I think that's
Sure. Want to do our game?
We can do our game. Yeah.
All right.
I've already talked about Marvel Rivals. That was gonna be my best boy.
Cool. I'll talk about Brando Sando during my best boy. Cool. Did you write down your list? Just write 1 through 15.
Doing it now. You want to explain what the...
So, Ranker just put out its top 100 hottest anime characters list. We're doing the men, and I have the top 15 here.
Okay.
I'm going to rattle off a name, and you're going to have to place where they are in the list.
Blindly.
And
And if I get 5 of them correct...
just blind.
Yeah, just that also works. And if I get 5 of them correct, you get homework. And if I get less than 5 of them correct, I get homework.
I feel like 5 is so generous.
For me or you?
For you.
5
Give me
correct,
7.
That's half.
Yeah.
You expect me to get half correct.
The
Blindly guessing 15 hot guys.
Am I going to confirm whether or not you're right
No.
each one?
No.
Okay, fine.
I'm throwing darts at a board and hoping they stick.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
You ready?
100%.
Okay. Number 1, Lloyd Forger.
Lloyd Forger, he's in the top 15?
You're going to be shocked at who's in the top 15.
That is, okay, he's got to be high up, dude. Actually,
I'll
no.
give you another shocking one after this.
Here's my thing. Lloyd's in a popular anime, and people call him Daddy. I'm putting Lloyd at 9.
Okay. Ken Kaneki.
Ken Kaneki. And
Top 15 hottest anime boys
it's
in
E-boy.
2024.
that's fair. That is clout riding.
Yeah.
His manga's been over for like 8 years. Ken Kaneki's, man, that's an 8. I don't know if the e-boy vibe is getting him as high as he needs to be. I know there's like a Nanami, a Gojo, maybe even a Sukuna in there. I know there's JJK boys in there to the fucking gills. And that's going to be super high because it's hot in the streets right now. Ken Kaneki, he was number 1 for a while. For a lot of people, I think his clout has faded a little bit. So I'm going 8.
Which Ken is it, though? Is it
White hair Ken? It's white hair Ken.
Yeah, it is.
It's not.
You know it is.
Come on.
All right, Levi Ackerman. Show just ended.
Show just ended, but like also like not hot. Like hot. He's 5'4", Dan. Listen, and listen, I don't want to, as a short man here, I don't want to discriminate against short men here.
Wow.
Come on.
But like the man who single-handedly is keeping the body pillow industry afloat.
You're right. I forgot there was so many body
You
pillows.
kidding me?
All right, give me Levi at 6.
Okay. Karma Akabane from Assassination Classroom.
Fuck are we doing?
He's in the top 15.
First off, child. A. Second off, okay. I'm gonna go 14 here.
Okay.
I'm going 4. Why is Karma? Okay, yeah, sure. Karma Akabane, 14.
You want one? All right. Do you want one that you'll expect to be on this list, or do you want to see another curveball?
Give me another curveball.
Gyu Tomiyaka.
Is he the only Hashira on there?
No.
Okay.
Thankfully.
That makes you feel better.
Him being on it is whack.
He is not top 15 material. He's just,
in all of anime.
he is anime MC protagonist. He's like anime protagonist C. He's just black-haired anime protagonist. You could have put a bit, I'm forgetting his name right now. You could put him up there.
Keep in mind, there are literal romance anime that come out yearly.
Yep.
Nope, Gyu.
It's a popularity contest.
Yeah, I know.
Same time. Gyu's 13. He's more attractive than Karma, I guess. So I'm putting him there. But I could list off right now 12 people more attractive than Gyu with ease.
Yes, Tengen one of them?
Absolutely.
Where's he go?
Absolutely. I feel like JJK is just doing a clean sweep. I love like the top 3, but I'm gonna give Tengen. Listen, I have Tengen on my thigh, and I know there's a lot of Tengen fans out there. People want to be Tengen's wife. I was talking to a girl literally 2 days ago about how she was one of Tengen's wives. So I'm gonna put Tengen at 3.
Okay.
That feels fair to me.
Can I give you a hint as to how well you're doing right now?
Yeah.
You haven't gotten a single one right.
I told you 5 would be difficult.
This is harder than I thought it would be. Give me Yuji Itadori. Also whack.
Just the
Guess who's not on here? Sukuna.
older, more tattooed, hot, like the actual age-appropriate version of Yuji.
The ripped one?
Yeah, what in the fucking... Okay, he's too high. I have a feeling he's like high for some reason. I'll put him at 7 just because I'm trying to win points here.
Okay.
That's not where I would have put him. He'd be 12 maybe, but I feel like for some reason, like JJK Cloud's putting him lower.
Yeah. Megumi Fushiguro.
These are the wrong people from JJK.
We got the right people from JJK to come.
I'm sure.
There's a lot of JJK on this list.
Yeah, but fucking listen, JJK men are hot. They are.
Yeah.
I just don't know if Megumi or Yuji are the ones that I'm putting on this
Megumi's
list.
definitely not. Megumi looks like a walking ad for Axe hairspray.
He really he looks like Goku, like what lost like on Ozempic.
He looks like Yuji being eaten by a sea urchin. Head first.
Pretty good.
Thanks.
Pretty good. I'm gonna put him at 11.
Okay.
Megumi at 11. Yeah, that feels fine.
I lied. Sukuna is on here. Where does he go?
The fact that Megumi, Yuji, and Sukuna are both on this list is ridiculous.
Whack. Guess
Choose
what?
one.
They're really far apart from each other.
And as they should be.
Yeah.
Sukuna is... Oh, fuck. Because I have a feeling Nanami's on this list as well. And if he's not, that's atrocious. I'm going to put him at 4. I'm putting Sukuna at 4.
Okay. Osamu Dazai.
I feel like he should be next to Megumi. Both of them are so equally coded. They're both like, it's the girl who wants a guy who's a cigarette away from death.
How dare you?
How is that inaccurate?
Because Osamu Dazai is a silly, goofy little guy who just occasionally wants to kill himself, and Megumi Fushiguro
Is a silly little guy who occasionally tries to kill himself.
He's so not silly at all.
He's silly in the fool and the straight man, and he plays the straight man with Yuji and Nobara. That's silly. It's a different kind of
That's
silly.
like being like Shaggy's a dog in the sense that he's the man to the dog combo.
He's got dog-like quality. He eats Scooby snacks. He eats dog food.
He is more dog than Fred. He does have that dog on him.
I'm gonna go Dazai at 10.
Okay. Nanami Kento.
Oh. 2.
2.
2.
Wow.
He deserves every fucking bit of that 2.
Okay. Tengen Uzui.
You already did Sengen.
Okay, how many do you have left?
I have 4 left.
Which one's
How
5?
did you fuck this?
I'm jumping around. I have them in order here.
Gotcha.
Kakashi Hatake.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, for Kakashi to still be on this list, and mind you, the only Naruto character on this list, good for Kakashi.
Good for Kakashi. I mean, we got donged out Kakashi
Yeah.
right behind me. Fuck, I forgot about Kakashi. I only have 1 and 5 left, and I know Gojo's number 1. I'm taking Kakashi at 5. I don't feel good about that, but I also don't feel bad about it. I would put Kakashi at that being said, I would put Kakashi above Sukuna. Kakashi would be 4 in my ideal universe, but yeah, that's fine, I guess.
Give me Suguru Geto.
Is that like 7 JJK characters on this list?
It's mostly JJK.
I have 1 and 12 open. 12 is... putting Geto behind Megami physically hurts my soul. But yeah, I know he's not that far down. Geto, 12.
What other slots do you have open?
1 and 15.
Okay. Then what do you feel about... Did I do Toji already? Is Toji?
Toji Fushiguro.
Yeah.
I'm going to count. I'm literally going to count here. The next one is Gojo, right?
I don't know.
It's Gojo. So I'm putting Toji at 15 because I find Gojo more attractive than Toji. Hardly. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of the top 15 are JJK characters. Gojo, who was next included, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Gojo's number 1. That's insane. Listen, I get it. The men are hot in JJK. Take Megami and Yuji out of there.
Yeah.
Not hard.
Not hard at all.
I can live with 5 JJK men in the top 15. Toji, Nanami, Geto, Gojo,
and
Sukuna deserve to be there.
I think the only other potential hot JJK character that could be on here is the clapping guy. Toto. That's it. That's the only one they left out.
Like, you got to realize all of the men I just listed, slim. All like Toto's like
Not Geto.
What do you mean not Geto?
Geto and Toji are both not that slim. They're wide as fuck.
Ghetto is not wide at all. Ghetto's a monk, dude.
The wide monk.
Not a wide. Toji's wide. Toji's ripped. But Toji's ripped in a different kind of way than Todo is ripped.
You know, honestly, I don't know what Ghetto looks like. He's in this fucking shower curtain of an outfit.
Not ripped. Not an aspect of his character.
It's a big, wide thing. Who knows what he looks like?
Doesn't mean he's filling it out.
All right, Ghetto shirtless.
You're going to get the shower scene. That's it. That's the only time he's ever... Yeah, that's AI-generated art.
Big?
Oh, yeah, of course.
AI thinks he's big.
To that person, maybe.
This is fan art.
The only time we ever see Ghetto even remotely naked is in the shower scene where he doesn't look bad. Jesus Christ. Okay, yep. That was just Gojo splitting him down the middle. Yeah. All right, let's see how I did here.
Okay.
Read him off. So at 15, I had Toji.
15 is Nanami Kento.
Wrong.
Now that you know everyone who's on the list, do you want to trade any out? Do you want to move any around?
That feels disingenuous.
No.
That feels disingenuous. I don't want
to. Do you want to move 2 characters? That's it. You get 2 moves.
That doesn't feel sporting.
It feels sporting.
Well, now I know Nanami's 15, so I would be dumb not to move Nanami.
All right, you're right. We won't do this.
Exactly, right?
Fine. Number 14, Tengen Uzui.
Okay, Karma. Tengen at 14!
Yeah. You want to know who's right above him?
Who?
Karma. Karma is Ranker's 13th hottest anime character.
Light myself on fire.
Right above Tengen Uzui and Nanami Kento.
Insane.
Number 12, Yuji Itadori.
Okay, I can live with Yuji being that high.
Higher than... Yeah, what comes...
Higher than Tengen?
Everything else is going to be ridiculous because Tengen and Nanami are there.
Because Tengen should be top 3, yeah.
Number 11, Ken Kaneki.
Fine.
Number 10, Giyu. So high. 10th hottest anime character this year.
If somebody was like, oh, looking at... If you think Giyu, genuinely, if you think Giyu should be a top 10 hottest anime man, tell us in the comments below. Because I cannot even conceptualize...
Even within his own show.
I could name you 50 men I find more attractive in anime than Giyu.
Tengen should be higher than Giyu.
I don't know. I was trying to think of other characters, other male characters. Muzan is a great answer.
Yeah.
Sonami?
Who's the sassy demon?
The sassy demon.
With the long, like, white hair.
Fucking...
It's like James from Pokemon.
Yep. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Number 2. Totally spaced their name.
Anyway, 9, Toji Fushiguro.
Okay.
Number 8, Kakashi Hatake.
That's ridiculously high for Kakashi.
Really high.
That's absurd.
Yeah, just riding on clout.
Yeah.
7, Lloyd Forger.
Daddy, I guess.
Yeah.
I get it.
He's handsome. He's hot.
I can live with that.
6, Suguru Geto.
Okay, so I'm 0 for right now.
Yeah.
I have none.
You can't win now
I
either.
need a sweep.
Yeah.
I need a sweep from 5 down.
What? Okay. 5.
Uh-huh.
To make this interesting, you can't win off this.
Yeah.
We'll still go off your list.
Yeah.
Now that you know the 5 last ones are...
Not really. That would imply that I've memorized everything you just said to me, but yeah.
Do you want me to tell you what the last 5 are and see if you can get it in the right order?
Wait, so who we have left is Gojo, Sukuna, Levi, Dazai,
and Megumi. Top 5 hottest anime men. Do you want, for no additional points, do you want to see if you could put that in the correct order?
Okay, I'm going to say...
Considering you put Levi in like 14.
That's, okay. Oh, fuck, that is just not at all who I would have anticipated. Gojo 1. Sukuna 2. Megumi's got to be 5. I'm going to say Levi 3, Dazai 4, Megumi 5.
You only got Gojo right. Gojo, number 1.
Okay.
Levi, 2.
Levi, 5'4" Ackerman is the second hottest man. Listen, from body pillow sales alone, I guess that makes sense. But, like, what the...
This is this is a list of 100, also. Number 3 is a Megumi. Which means Megumi and Levi Ackerman are hotter than Sukuna, who's 4, and then Osamu Dazai is 5. Did you have fun playing?
No, not at all. Like, and the craziest bit about all of this is that you can't even be upset at Ranker as a website because Ranker is just people liking it. Ranker is, I mean, it's a popularity contest in a sense, but like that is just that is the general opinion of the anime community. So you can't even be upset about it.
Isn't that crazy?
Absurd.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I wish like randomly, I just thought to do this just now. I wish like somewhere random, I was like, yeah, number 4, Dratini.
Yeah. Shiny Dragonair? What's going on here?
Only shiny Dragonair. I was gonna say Agumon, but I didn't know if you know what that is.
I know Agumon, baby. That's the only one
Dude, we could rank hot Digimon and not be controversial at all because a lot of them have boobs.
A lot of them do have boobs. And then a lot of them are just ripped up with, they're just like the fucking Republican fantasy. They're just ripped dudes with guns.
Yeah, it's just a ripped wolf in cargo pants.
Yeah, exactly. It is all the memes. Time for my flashback.
Yep.
Frankie's Japanese VA quit.
Yeah. I heard he was not doing well
Not doing
health-wise.
great. And he's going to be replaced officially on December 22nd. Frankie's currently being voiced by the guy who voiced Obito in Japanese. But yeah, he's being officially replaced at the Jump Fest event on December 22nd.
Dude, I saw a picture of that guy. What a rock star.
Yeah.
He's in this like Dio ass, like neon purple, like leather jacket, like doing a double finger gun at the camera. That guy looks awesome. I hope he does better now that he doesn't have to work.
Yeah, you would hope so, genuinely. Like I was like actually rest up, King.
Dude, coming into the booth every goddamn week for a One Piece episode is like being a goddamn YouTuber at that point.
But what a check, dude. Imagine being like, yeah, we need you to like voice this American shipwright in the silly little show called One Piece. Little do you know it's going to keep you employed for 20 years.
I don't know, though. I wonder how much Japanese voice acting pays. Does it?
For One Piece? That's the best. That's got to be the best gig you can get.
Maybe.
That's got to be the best gig you. Listen. It's
this info's not out there, but let me look up how much do One Piece voice actors.
I'm sure you can do a little net worth search or some shit like that. That is keeping you employed. That being said, I feel like unfortunately to like not like absolutely like fucking capsize this conversation, I feel like this One Piece voice actor stepped down from their role is a conversation we're gonna have a couple of times in the next upcoming years.
That's so fair.
Because they've been doing it for 25 years, dude. Like 25 years is a long time to be an actor in any capacity, let alone like a person who has to be like, shit. Like you're not gonna be able to do that at 75.
Dude, I can't do that now.
Yeah.
This is not helpful.
No.
Anyway, that's your flashback?
That's my flashback.
My flashback. We watched the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Crow reveal trailer.
Dude,
baby. They revealed the crow.
They did reveal the crow.
God.
So stupid.
God.
Cody texted me, he's like, by the way, if you guys haven't seen the Infinity Castle trailer dropped. And you know what? You guys want to know, for those of you who didn't know, the Infinity Castle movie trailer dropped. It's just the last episode. It's just the last 2 minutes of the last episode, but with text.
It's like a Linkin Park AMV style edit of like the end of the last episode of the Hashira training arc. And it's like, text is showing up and it's like, it all comes together. And then at the very end, they show a JPEG of a crow flying into the Infinity Castle.
Yep.
And then it goes, it's like coming 2025.
To movies only or something.
Yeah, to theaters only. And the title is Crow Reveal Trailer.
Yeah.
What a fucking, like, what a not trailer.
What a self-indulgent idea to be like, oh, people are going to absolutely love this additional second of content we give them.
That trailer could have been a tweet. Like.
Could have been an email.
Yeah.
Like, here's our crow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Something that did actually get revealed, though, for Demon Slayer, Hinokami Chronicles 2.
Boom. Yeah, massacred it worse on the second time.
Hinokami Chronicles 2.
Yes.
Got announced, got a trailer. It's, the next couple of seasons. It's so, what a bunch of sneaky bitches to do this one before they just finish the show in the next like 2 years.
A third one in?
Yeah, so they can do a third one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm like, it's tough to be excited about it. I'm excited for like the finishing moves because those are fun.
I think I'm out of my anime fighting game period of my life.
That's fair.
I think I'm just beyond them at this point.
I liked Sparking Zero. Sparking Zero you could play online.
Fair.
Which was great. Hinokami Demon Slayer one.
There you go.
literally has the worst netcode I've ever experienced
It
in my
is
life.
like literally like everybody's on McDonald's
Yeah.
Wi-Fi level netcode, which is a shame because so far as Anime Fighters has ever gone, it is the most complete and competent anime fighter I've ever played.
Yeah.
There's no infinite hacks. Everybody is very equally balanced. All the characters are fun. There's the demon system where the demons don't have like
they
demons
don't get
have
assists,
subs,
but
like they have like
a heal or something.
Exactly. So like
Yeah.
there's like it is a really interesting and really cool way to build out a fighting game. They have one server and it is running on like coal power.
Yeah, it's running on a chipmunk,
Yeah.
like running on a wheel. Yeah, it's a really well-developed game. And I remember when I was playing the campaign, I was streaming it, like, there's cool stuff you can do.
Yeah.
Like, the Naruto games are all very fun, which they also made, the Ninja Storm games.
Yeah.
But all of the, like, jutsus are more or less...
Different companies.
No.
Yeah.
No, same company.
No?
Yes?
No. It wasn't Bandai.
It's the same developer.
Was it?
Yeah.
Gotcha. But Bandai made the Naruto ones.
Well,
and-
Bandai like paid to have, you know, they're like, it's the difference between like Disney made The Incredibles, but like Brad Bird directed it. You know,
Gotcha.
like the guy who made it, like no one working at Disney in like the offices make any movies. It's like the crew. So like the crew who made Ninja Storm made Hinokami Chronicles. But yeah, all the jutsus in Naruto are all like pretty much offensive. Like they're all just like different ways to like hurt your opponent.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer has cool ones because like if you do like water wall, like water breathing water wall, it'll like block an attack. And like there's like clever ways to use certain water breathing techniques.
Some people have traps, that kind of thing. Like there is
Yeah.
a lot of like really cool ways to fight in unique ways.
Yeah. But God, it's literally unplayable online, which meant I just streamed the campaign and never touched it
The
again.
the 14-hour campaign, and then you're like, cool, thanks for the $60 purchase of this game.
Yeah, so if the second one comes out and it just doesn't work online again, then it's like a
Waste of time.
non-existent game.
Yeah, waste of time and space. All right, you want to talk about Brando Sando Con to close us out here?
Yeah, my best boy is Dragonsteel Nexus 2024, Brando Sandokan.
What a fucking name.
So, for longtime listeners, you know that I love the author Brandon Sanderson. He makes the Stormlight Archives, Mistborn, Warbreaker, Elantris, all of which take place in the same universe on different planets. And, like, the bit is that, like, never mind. Anyway.
Okay.
They're all tied in a way, essentially. Like, they all have different power systems on each planet. And there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
And, like, all the power systems are, like, very different but connected in, like, a lore reason. But anyway, he hosted a convention, and it was, like, legitimately, as a con goer, not as, like, a panelist. Because as a panelist, it was an absolute, like, mess. There was, like, 4 employees, and none of it was organized well.
Okay.
So as a panelist, it's very, like, there's, like, no perks to being a panelist.
No pay, no perks.
I go to Colossal Con, and they treat me like a president people like.
Yeah.
I go to Dragonsteel Nexus, and it's like they're mad I'm there.
Yeah.
But as a con goer, this was the best weekend of my life.
Okay.
It's so awesome. Here's this revolutionary thing they did. Like, genuinely,
They had more food than chicken tenders?
yes, they had a
Okay,
lot of food. They had
huge.
boba tea, which was hype.
Okay, that's not unique, but okay.
Okay. They had a lot of food. This genuinely like revolutionizes the con game. So what they did, there are these things called like world hoppers in the Cosmere, like in their universe, which are basically just people who like can traverse different planets. And so some characters will like show up like in Mistborn and Stormlight and Warbreaker and all that. And so they give you with your ticket, they give you a passport that's like the quality of a real passport, like faux leather, like backing and stuff. They give you a World Hopper passport, and it's full of like a bunch of little like notes and stuff, and like each convention hall is a different like planet. And if you go to a panel in Roshar or Scadrial, which is like the Mistborn planet, if you go to like the panels in Scadrial, they give you a stamp. If you get 4 stamps, you can cash that in. And I'll get to that later.
Okay.
So it encourages you to go to panels to get the stamps. Also, there are other pages where you get stamps after completing certain objectives. So it'll be like, in this planet where all the cosplay stuff is. It's take a picture with a cosplayer, attend a cosplay event.
Okay, how are you how are you confirming that you've done any of these things?
You don't.
Okay.
But it's like you just check the boxes and you bring it to them. Okay. Because I also thought of that. But the thing is, if you just like cheat it, all you're cheating is like yourself out of a fun time.
Experience? Yeah, fair, yeah.
It's like going into the gym and being like, hey, if I just wet my hair and go back home, people will think I worked out. And it's like, you're not getting the strength.
Cool, you drove to the gym.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, and then also like the Stormlight Archives books are very like honor based. So it's like you get powers by bonding with what's called an honor spren, and the more honorable deeds you do, the more powers you get. So there's kind of this fun meta thing where everyone's like, you hear someone suggest like, oh, what if we just did this? And they're like, you know, like, how dare you be so dishonorable? Like everyone's kind of in the vibe. But so, yeah, and there's like missions that are like, you know, play a game with 4 people. There's like a game area where you can like rent out a board game from the library. It's like play a game with 4 people, teach a new friend a game, like meet a person, like this and that. And there's all these objectives that encourage you to meet people at the con and talk with them. And everyone was chatting and like, you know, talking, doing these missions together. There's like a scavenger hunt for one stamp where like you have to do like this massive crossword puzzle that has like 50 answers on it. So you're like seeing people do it and you're like, hey, can we compare notes and this and that? And that's great because it's like every con is like, oh, come to Anime Expo and like make friends. And it's like, yeah, good fucking luck.
Everyone's
like,
in a group of 7 to 8 people and they're all sitting because they've been walking through fucking Artist Alley for 14 hours.
Yeah, there's like no reason to approach anyone other than love your cosplay.
Exactly.
But this book gives you reasons. Like I was chatting to so many people and people were like coming up to me and this and that. And so it was great. And then also you cash in the stamps for card packs, like trading card packs. Mm-hmm. And the packs have like cards from 3 sets. So they're like, each card has like a bit of a short story written on it. And you want the whole set to get the whole short story written. And it's written by Brandon Sanderson in the universe of like Mistborn and Stormlight. Mm-hmm. And then on the back of the card, if you get them all together, not only is the short story on the front, but it makes like a huge mosaic like piece, like an art piece.
That's kind of sick.
So people are like, you know, they're here at this book con. What a great incentive to get them to do these missions is by giving them an exclusive short story they can only read from this like God King author they're here to see.
Exactly.
And so people are like trading and like comparing notes and this and that. And it was like the most social and fun experience I've ever had.
Crazy.
Amplified by the fact that it's this hyper-specific thing I thought only I knew about. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was great. Dragonsteel Nexus was like revolutionized the conning game.
Can I ask you a question?
Yep.
How'd you like Salt Lake City?
Awful. It was a terrible place.
Really?
Dude, my lips are fucked. It is the driest goddamn place on the face of the earth.
Very fair.
It was cold because it's winter.
Because it's December, yeah. And it snows there.
Dude, I same with Vegas, which I also hate. Mm-hmm. I don't know how anyone keeps up with the water intake required to live there.
Humidifiers.
I guess so. I was like, my lips were just, I've like shed 8 layers of lip skin.
Yeah.
And everyone there, like, thank God, because they were doing like bits at some of the panels. Like, yeah, how's everyone liking Salt Lake City? Hope you got your subscriptional lip balm. Like, so I was like, oh, thank God it's not just me. Mm-hmm. On top of that, like being at a con dries you the fuck out for some reason.
Because you don't have enough water.
Yeah. But otherwise, no, Salt Lake City was like very pretty. Mm-hmm. Like they have mountains like LA, but they're like lower and a lot more snow. Yeah. So they're like, it's a weird, different, like mountainous vibe. Mm-hmm. I don't run into any noticeable Mormoning happening.
No, Mormoning is not noticeable.
I know. It was just everyone has asked me like, oh, did you see Mormons? And I was like, that was just, I don't know. I didn't ask. Like,
as somebody who spent a fair amount of Salt Lake City, like time in Salt Lake City, because that's where my tattoo artist is. Like, yeah, that's where Winnie is. The guy who's doing my legs. Yeah, it's a pretty city. It's clean. There's no traffic. And yes, the mountains are like, oh, you're like, I could go do things there.
Yeah.
LA, the mountains are just like obstacles. That's it.
Yeah, it's like being in an RPG. Like I saw a mountain and it's so low and so close. I'm like, if I walk enough, I'll be there.
Yeah, you'll get there for
Yeah.
sure. Did you go to the Great Salt Lake?
No,
There's really no need to.
this was the only con I spent all 10 hours each day at,
Nice.
which was exhausting.
I'm so happy you had your nerd. You've been so down on cons recently. You're like, they're all the same. So I'm happy you finally went to like the most virgin coded fucking nerd con you've ever been to, and you're like, I feel seen.
Well, it was cool going to something this specific.
Yeah.
Because you go to like even an anime con where it's all anime, you just feel like you're going to a big anime store.
Yeah.
And at this point in my life, like I've got all the anime shit I need.
So maxed out on merch.
Yeah, maxed out on it. So like this is cool because of the passport, because of the cards.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just, oh, let me go buy my Mistborn coins and then go back to the hotel. It was like,
Danny gave me a boxing and a clip.
yeah, I got Nick Mistborn coins.
They're awesome, dude. They're weighty as hell.
Yeah, they're really fat.
See how you could kill an Inquisitor with this, dude.
They're made out of real copper.
That's sick as hell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell them for money.
But yeah, it was like there was just like events that were there was a what was called World Hopper Ball, where it's like a in-universe like wedding that happens in one of the books, and they have actors like doing it, and one of the characters like giving them away. I didn't get to go because it's like medieval formal attire required.
Oh my God.
And I didn't know it was like a thing.
Ruffles and lapels and all that.
Yeah, but it was like just a lot of cool like immersive stuff where it didn't just feel like you were at like a big store.
Yeah.
You know?
That's cool.
That was
That's really cool. So that brings us to our favorite part of the episode, Love Letters, where me and Danny poll our live audience to ask us a question that we answer here live on the podcast. So if you ever wanted to ask me and Danny a question that we answer right here on the podcast, or get the podcast 2 days early, or get 2 hours of additional Nick and Danny content a month, you can become a member over on Patreon and hang out with the 70 or so people watching our podcast right now. We know a lot of you probably watch our podcast on the YouTube recently, and unfortunately, it's not going to be live on the YouTube probably ever again. That was kind of just the thing that we were doing to make sure that people were still getting live access, member or not. So if you ever want to hang out with us like you did in those lives, unfortunately, it's only going to come to the medium of Patreon now. Danny, we got any questions? McTastyX asks, if you could have one historical figure as your stand, who would they be and what would their ability be?
Out of the two of us, you're definitely the smarter one, so I'm going to defer to you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I would choose Jesus the Christ.
Never mind. I'm going to defer to me.
Oh, Jesus the Christ, and his ability is water to wine. We talked about this last week.
Oh, yeah. This is so good.
When we were scaling just how powerful Jesus would be in combat. And if your stand had the ability to turn any and all water into wine, including the water inside of somebody's body, that would be such a broken ability. So if you were to activate Jesus the Christ, and then if Jesus the Christ touched you, all of the water, the 70% of water in your body turned into wine, and you died of alcohol poisoning right then and there as your body turned pink, my God, would that be a sick stand.
I feel like you wouldn't even just die of alcohol poisoning. You die of being 70% wine.
Yeah, you would just immediately turn into a purple person.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is you wouldn't die immediately. It would take like 30 or so seconds of like kind of grapey flavored death to actually kick it.
Dude, I would be just like an alcoholic vampire. Like if Jesus the Christ touches you, wine suck.
Yeah, get a little lick in. You're like, ooh, a cab sauv. Like imagine if every single person made a different kind of wine. That'd be kind of nice.
Man, that's so good. It's
a great stand.
That's really good. I don't know. What's a funny historical figure? I don't know if I'm beating that.
Really?
I don't know if I'm beating that.
You could be like Harambe.
Yeah.
Gorilla strength or something.
Historical figure. Harambe.
Very much a historical figure. You could do like Abe Lincoln. You could have like a chain breaker ability or something.
Yeah, Abe Lincoln. Just bullets get magnetized to me.
Yeah, it's like whitest kids you know, baby skull tracking bullets. Yeah.
Man, yeah, there's Lincoln, there's Johann Gutenberg, inventor of the removable type printing press.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Yep.
There's it's hard not to say a controversial one.
Yeah, you want to say like Mussolini so bad.
I'm like
Noodle Time. That's what he was known for.
Noodle Time. Just like pick a name I vaguely heard once, and I'm like spaghetti.
Yeah, fucking one of those. Mario Andretti. Fucking.
I know. I want to do like what's his name?
I don't know. I'm not in there with you, buddy.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Okay.
My intrusive thoughts really wanted to say
like
Harriet
big
Tubman,
stick?
and I was like,
oh, yeah, Harriet Tubman. That'd be good.
Instead of Teddy Roosevelt, I was
Oh
like,
man,
it's not
Harriet
that.
Tubman, but she's like an actual
Don't.
train conductor, and she's just like, fucking.
Oh, she's got like a ghost train.
Dude, a ghost train would be sick.
I love a ghost train
Isn't Ghost Train a guy?
from Rick and Morty.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I feel like Teddy Roosevelt would give me like endurance because he got shot mid-speech and then finished the speech.
That'd be a good one. I was gonna say something about like a big stick or riding a moose.
Yeah, big moose. Yeah, the bull mooses.
That'd be kind of dope.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Cool.
I like Jesus though. You're not beating Jesus.
You're not beating Jesus. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this week. We've been Otakus Anonymous. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I've been NC Amber 23, also known as the Weeb Commander, and we will see you guys next week. Dan, you got anything to say to the boys and gals and theys and thems and squirrels at home?
Nick has homework this week, so I'm giving him the Owl House.
Season 1?
Yep. It's long, so as many as you want.
I have to watch the rest of Beastars.
I know, so eventually.
How about you give me season 2 of Beastars?
You just gotta start it.
I can start it.
Start the Owl House.
Where do I watch it?
Disney Plus.
Oh, that's like the one I don't have.
Yeah, that makes so much sense as like a 28-year-old man.
I just don't. I'm like, oh, I need to watch Hillary Duff rerun. Like I don't. It's just not a thing I need.
Yeah, My Life is Hillary Duff, the Hillary Duff story.
Yeah, I don't need fucking Sweet Life on Deck.
Yeah,
I'm good. Thank
that's
you.
fair.
I think Dorothy might have it. But okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Mwah.